Before we get started on this episode of Real Nerds Podcast, remember you can connect to the Real Nerds in many ways. You can follow us on Twitter at Real Nerds. You can go to our website, realnerdspodcast.com. You can like us on Facebook. You can also call us 720-6nerds5. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show. Welcome to Real Nerds Podcast, unofficially the official podcast of Denver Comic Con 2016, which is happening at the Colorado Convention Center, June 14th through the 16th, Father's Day weekend. So dads, take your kids! Buy tickets at denvercomiccon.com. And we now have Carrie Fisher also attending Denver Comic Con.
So cool.
So we have a lot of big people coming this year.
Yeah. It's really good.
You know, Stan Lee's autograph is $100, and I'm like, man, should I do that? And I'm probably going to do it.
Yeah.
I would do it too.
Yeah. I mean...
I'm going to have a media pass, and I'm going to be like, oh, Mr. Lee, I just happened to bring this Amazing Spider-Man 40 for you to sign.
Fingers crossed. We've applied.
I know, I saw the email. Yeah. And I'm going to take this time to apologize to our listeners, because you're going to wonder where our episodes are. And after 5.5 years, we haven't had a new episode in 3 weeks, James.
Hey, no, they're edited. Brad just hasn't put them up yet. But
James.
I don't mean to throw him under the bus, but yeah, it's been a hell of a few weeks.
It's interesting because when I talked to Brad, he also pushed the blame on you. So,
like... Oh, no. He should put the blame on me. It's my fault up until, like, Monday of this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yes. No, that part is all my fault.
Well, we had a technical difficulty. That's why I put a picture of Kane Hodder on there choking me. That was our first Mile High Horror. And
oh, yeah, that's right.
We went there and... I said, oh, can I take a picture with you, Mr. Hodder? He's like, yeah, sure. And I didn't know he was going to choke me. And James is like, all right.
That's just what he does. What he does to everybody who asks for a picture.
But he's coming back to Mile High Horror this year.
Oh,
so
good.
Hopefully...
he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, no, he's actually pretty nice. Do you know there's like a horror convention coming here called the Stalker Walker Con?
No.
And it has like Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger, and a bunch of people from The Walking Dead.
Cool.
It's really expensive.
No.
Like super expensive.
Huh. Is it like small? Like it's
No,
like
it's huge. It's at I think it's at the National Western Complex.
Oh, okay.
It's huge.
I just thought like maybe the price is so big because they try to keep it
No.
Just the cream of the crop of the horror fans.
Oh no, and they also have
just the most addicted.
Cheyenne, Wyoming Comic-Con's happening this year. I might go up and check it out.
Cheyenne, Wyoming has their own Comic-Con?
Yeah.
Wow.
It has like the guests from like the first year of Denver Comic-Con, so.
Oh wow.
You know.
There were
except for
good
James
people there.
Marsters. Have I told you how great James Marsters smells?
Yes!
Do you know Claire Kramer smells great too?
Yeah, all of the Buffyverse people smell good.
They do. I've had panels with all of them.
Well, not all of them.
Well, I was supposed to do one with the dude who plays Xander, but something happened.
Yeah, but you didn't have like...
Remember he was arrested before Denver Comic Con last year?
I do. Yeah, but we've never had like, Sarah Michelle Gellar or Allison Hannigan.
Dude, if Sarah Michelle Gellar was there, I would murder someone to get on her panel.
Man.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Is she doing anything like recently?
The
Ringer was canceled, so.
She's in a new show called Those Who Don't. What's the show for the Grollet?
Those Who Can't.
Those Who Can't. Yeah. She's on the first episode of that. We might have
I think she's working on a sequel
guys.
to the Southland Tales as well.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I found my old Southland Tales poster, and I was like, this is the shittiest movie. What?
She has a company where she makes like all natural baking mixes for kids.
Good.
She has a company where she makes all natural baking mixes for kids, like for children to bake.
Yeah, it's like the non-shitty Betty Crocker.
What's different? What's the difference between all natural baking goods and all natural baking goods for kids? The packaging,
colored shit.
Oh, okay.
Do I need my Easy Bake Oven?
Yeah,
I think I threw that out a while ago.
Is it all stuff you can bake with a light bulb?
I forgot to mention that I'm Ryan. James is right in front of me.
I'm here.
We have Zach Eastman on his 26th episode.
Woo!
Hi,
and this
Zach.
is our number 239th. I don't know, because we haven't had a couple in a couple weeks.
All right.
And we also have Henry Henny. What's up, buddy?
Nothing much. I'm just here.
And off mic, your wife is here, which is why everything got quiet for a second.
Yep,
Yeah.
My wife's here, probably giving me dirty looks.
Say hi.
Hi!
Oh, whoa, man.
Please don't wake up my baby.
Almost here. Oh, goodness. Man.
My kid's cute. Hey, by the way, every week we go see a new movie and we podcast our experience of the world. This week we saw most of you saw two movies. It's Deadpool and Zoolander 2, so stay tuned until the end of the show and we'll review those movies. And I don't know if I'm the greatest uncle of all time or the worst uncle of all time because I took my niece Taylor to see Deadpool, so...
You're the worst.
No, I'm not.
Well, how old is your niece?
She's 14.
Okay, that's fine then.
Yeah. It actually wasn't
that's not so bad.
It wasn't
Yeah.
that bad. I mean,
No.
there was like 8-year-old kids in there, so...
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause
there
I,
was
like, yeah.
there was only like nudity and a lot of violence and gore.
I mean, how much
and,
nudity was there really?
enough for
good
there to be
amount.
nudity. Yeah, yeah, there was enough.
I mean, you did see Ryan Reynolds' dong hanging, so...
did you? When did that happen?
Briefly.
When he got stabbed with the wrod iron and he was leaning over.
Oh,
and he
was
was
he?
Throughout
naked.
all of the fire scene, he was
Oh.
hanging dong. Yeah.
Oh,
You can see it, but it's tastefully covered in shadow
Yeah.
and stuff.
Until
like
he's
that.
leaning over, then you see ball sack hanging.
Yeah.
I didn't see
And I
it.
told my wife that he was all scarred up at that point. She's like, but his abs are still there, right? And so she didn't care.
Did you
They
go?
were still there.
You
She
So.
didn't
go to
go.
see it? Oh.
And I was such a dick. I thought my wife didn't work yesterday.
Oh.
So I took Taylor to see Deadpool like at 10 in the morning. And I was on my way back and I told her, I said, hey, Taylor's actually going skiing, so I'm not going to take her dad's. I'm just going to take her to lunch. And she's like, I'm working today.
Aw.
So I was going to take her to see Zoolander, but she had to work.
Yeah.
And she probably told me and I wasn't paying attention.
So the big question will be whether or not she should have gone to see Deadpool or Zoolander, which will
Or How to Be Single.
Or,
Ooh, How to Be Single.
How to Be Single.
It's with that one
Greatest
lady
comedy
from
of the
50
year.
Shades of Grey.
Yeah. Dakota. I almost said Dakota Fanning.
I know.
Like,
What is her? Dakota Johnson.
Johnson, yeah.
And that
She does
one-
kind of look like her mom, a young version of her mom.
Yeah. Doesn't look like Don Johnson.
No.
So.
she seems... That seems like the worst Alison Brie movie.
Maybe.
you see it,
well,
Henry?
no, God, no.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, is it the best Rebel Wilson movie?
No, hey, Pitch Perfects are good.
That's
Oh,
true.
that's true.
That's true. That's true.
Well, was Rebel Wilson in Bridesmaids?
No, that was Melissa McCarthy.
Well, I thought wasn't
That's
like
the other woman who gets all of her funny from being
I
fat.
thought like she played like Kristen Wiig's roommate.
Oh,
You're right, she did.
Yeah.
I forgot. She is, because she's got it's the twins.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
one of them, and the other one is like a balder.
It's the male version of her.
male version of her, yeah, and they're like, you need to go.
Yeah.
you need to leave.
That was like it was her and Melissa McCarthy's big year. Like,
yeah.
Melissa McCarthy had a much better like resurgence, but
And then Rebel Wilson was in Pain and Gain, and then everything went. Whoop.
she was also in the first Ghost Rider movie for 2 seconds.
man.
Really?
Yeah, she was an extra. She got
So is
mugged.
Nicolas Cage. Like, I watched that, I don't know, 3-4 months ago, and he tries too hard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he
That
tried.
movie's a mess.
He doesn't try as hard in the sequel. Or I mean, he tries a lot harder in the sequel. I'm saying.
I'm
I would
waiting to see
argue-
the sequel again.
I would argue that the best thing about most of the Nicolas Cage movies he's made in the last 8 years is how hard he's trying.
Well, actually, he's starring in this new movie that sounds interesting. It's called Mom and Dad. I'll just skip to some movie news. Casting's really not news.
Oh,
But
okay.
the idea of the horror movie sounds cool, where it's a virus that only affects parents, and they attack their kids and kill their kids. So, it sounds cool.
Since you're eating some chips, you want to just go ahead and we'll do news now? And
Sure,
then we'll
let's
do
do-
Alamo later?
Hey, yeah, I don't have it on my phone.
Oh, okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll
Between
bring it up
now-
on my phone.
Between now
Let's
and
do
the time
movie
we do
news.
it. Yeah,
Movie
all right.
news.
All right, cool. Let's do that.
In other news, the Prime Minister of Sweden visited Washington today, and my tiny little nipples went to France.
I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell.
I do the cha-cha like a sissy girl.
It's the ghost of Stonewall Jackson! Everyone, it's the ghost of Stonewall Jackson!
I like a do the cha-cha. I'm sorry, we seem to be having some technical difficulties.
We're a movie podcast.
Let's start with some fun stuff. Did anybody see that new what I would call the good Superman Batman trailer?
I did.
I
yeah,
did.
yeah. This is the first trailer I watched where I watched this trailer and was like, all right, yeah, I want to see this movie now.
That should have been the trailer from the get-go.
It should, yeah. All you need to do is you need to cut out the shot where Wonder Woman is in her costume and like leaps or whatever. Like just cut that shit out, and that is a fantastic first trailer.
Yeah.
Right? because it's introducing right. We already had a whole movie about Superman. All you needed to do was introduce, hey, Ben Affleck is your Batman. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna have these guys fight. That's gonna be okay too. Hey, Gal Gadot's here for some reason. I wonder why. Blah. And then give me some cool action.
Yeah, because the best part of that trailer, I thought, there's two parts, is when the Batman's in the Batmobile and he hits Superman.
Yes.
And it breaks, and then he gets out of it.
Yeah.
And then Superman goes to punch him, and he blocks it. And Superman's like, what?
And there's a penny whistle in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Well, I think the whole opening section with Alfred, plopping him into the floor below so he can jump up and punch all those dudes, and he just wrecks some fools. That part was pretty cool. I liked that.
I like the line. I can't remember it word for word, but it's the line about not dying young. You're too old to die young.
Yeah.
But Lord knows you've tried. I loved it. I thought it was just perfect delivery.
I
think Jeremy Irons is a good casting choice for Alfred.
Absolutely.
It's the first time that I've watched I want to see a Batman movie with those characters now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really give a shit about the part with Superman in it, but
Do you know what the best Jeremy Irons line delivery ever is?
Is it from Aragon?
No, it's in The Lion King. And little Simba comes up, he says, "Hey, Uncle Scar, guess what?" And he says, "Oh, I despise guessing games." The best line reading ever.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the monkey's uncle joke, which I also
It's a great one.
very much enjoy.
I thought you were going to say Jeremy Irons' breakfast cereal from Family Guy. You're looking for marshmallows in the box. You will find none.
Anyway,
I want to see the new Cloverfield trailer too. Oh my god!
Oh shit! Yeah, that Super Bowl trailer is fucking fantastic.
Did you know the Denver
'Cause it's
Broncos won the
totally
Super Bowl?
Hey, we'll get to what we've been watching.
Omaha. Hey, James,
wait.
edit in some Peyton Manning Omaha.
No, I'll just edit in some Chris Thiele's song "Omaha Hallelujah," which is
Even better.
friggin' fantastic.
Even better.
I'm sure Chris Thiele won't mind, right? It's all good. Speaking of awesome trailers, we got I wish I knew the whole story. I kind of can piece this together, but we got a trailer for Hardcore Henry. Henry, you're on the show.
Hi. I've been following this movie since the very beginning when it was a short film,
good.
so.
Oh, good. So you could, because there's a video that I've seen for years now that looks exactly like this and was amazing. And then I had heard about this movie coming out it was in the circuit last year.
Yeah, it was in the I think Toronto or TIFF or something like that.
One of those, and it made a big splash. And then I hadn't heard anything, and then I got to see the trailer in theaters today, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is awesome!"
So yeah, it's it started as that short film. I can't remember what the short film's called. I think it's something like Go Fuck Yourself, something like that.
Yeah.
But it started as that, and it got a lot of traction there. And so then the filmmakers were like, we could do an entire movie of this. So they started a Kickstarter for it, which was super successful. Then they did the entire award circuit, which I don't know if it won anything, but I know it was really well received.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Room won everything, obviously, but this isn't the kind of film that's going to win awards, but
no.
It was pretty, people said, it's pretty impressive what they did, and it was pretty well received or whatnot.
An audience favorite.
Yeah.
For those of you listening, basically the entire film is shot in first person.
Yeah.
And you're a dude named Henry who's some kind of half robot.
Yeah.
And you're running around killing people violently and grabbing grenades out of the air. And
Charlotte Copley's in it.
And Charlotte Copley's there, and he's maybe playing multiple characters because at one point he's all crazy looking or something.
I think he runs into Tim Roth at one point doing
Tim
a
Roth
Brooklyn
is there.
accent.
Yes, Tim Roth is there being badass. It's an awesome trailer. It's worth checking out.
I love the font and the title design. It looks like 80s.
Oh hell yeah. It actually looks like the title design for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 now. Now that they've released the images for that.
It's I know it was renamed Hardcore Henry literally last week.
Oh really?
Yeah. In all the circuits it was just called Hardcore.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
And I remember I follow a lot of bloggers who are those kind of pretentious watch all the films at film festival kind of people.
Yeah.
And I remember when
you mean the internet?
Yeah. But that sub corner of the internet that hates all blockbusters and only watches the festival stuff.
Right.
Like Brad.
Yeah. The internet.
That's where Brad and I hang out. But I remember everyone was super pissed when it was renamed Hardcore Henry.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that it makes. I like it now because
I like it now ever since the trailer came out and the actual design of it on the poster. I think it's good.
Yeah.
But a lot of people said because Hardcore, it's a pretty cool name. I think. But in Henry, in general, is not a cool name.
Well, now,
So-
Henry. I mean, come on now.
I can admit that Henry is.
I'm a
no
big
one's going to be
fan.
intimidated by a guy named Henry. So
Hello, Henry Fonda. I mean,
There you
come
go.
on.
There
All
you go.
right.
Well, they could have done it Henry like because he's half robot, right? Like they could have put periods between them, and it had to be like HENRI.
hardcore
Henry.
H Henry.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've heard that like it's one of those things like it's more of a technical feat than anything else.
Yeah.
And so, I remember in like the trailer, I'm like, how did you fucking do that? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, there's that part where like he like is on top of a car and then he falls off the car while it's moving, and
Right.
like then he grabs another car, and like for him, that's all POV. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, the
Like,
only thing I worry about when I was watching the trailer is like, do you get burnt out from it? being
yeah,
that
that's what I'm
POV?
thinking too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I've heard in a lot of the trailers too. Is that like it's a technical feat, but like I think it's only like an hour and 20 minutes too, so it's not like
Good.
too long.
Oh, that's
but
good.
it is very much like
As long as it's entertaining, you know.
Yeah, so-
as long as you don't. I don't know, because that's the only thing I worry about when I was watching a trailer. Because there's that badass scene where he's like punching all those dudes in the circle, and I was like, oh, that's pretty awesome. But then it's sit there for an hour and a half where
Yeah.
it's like a first person shooter. I don't know. We'll see.
What I'm curious about is whether or not that whole movie is just filmed with a camera and then they composite in the arms.
yeah. So
Because that would be a really easy way to get around a lot of
Yeah.
what's hard about that movie.
Yeah.
And then maybe just in some of the fight scenes that are like more normal fight scenes, you actually get some arms in there somehow. But
yeah.
I don't even know how you would actually film that anyway. So
They're
the easiest thing to probably do is just like, hey, put the camera in some cool places like a dude would be there,
Yeah.
and just composite in some arms and have him punch people in the face.
Yeah.
But,
But I mean,
There better be a really cool documentary for this.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
There's
sure
gotta
there's
be
going to be
something,
something like a making of that's going to be real. I mean, I know they had like a making of for the first one they did.
Oh, okay.
The short film. That was really, I mean, I think they like custom built like a helmet and that's how they did it.
Oh.
The short version anyway.
Yeah.
The short version, it looks like they did not have anything like
right.
even close to like the level of what they had in this film. But like,
Oh yeah,
it would still be interesting to see like how they did it. So,
absolutely.
I mean,
Cool.
I mean, my thing is that like it's probably going to be just exhausting to watch. Especially if there's like,
yeah.
if they're really taking it to like the hardcore, no pun intended, extreme, where like there's like no downtime, there's really not a lot of character development, it's just fighting for an hour and a half.
Which, if your main character can't talk, which it seems like that's
Yeah.
true in the trailer, then yeah, that's what the movie is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want a scene where two people talk in front of the character about who the character is and
Yeah,
why
yeah.
I should care about him.
Yeah.
Like, no.
His girlfriend saw it, and it looks like there's a sex scene in it, so I'm
Yeah.
down.
That'll be weird.
Discount Jennifer Lawrence. So
Discount.
I thought I was the only one who thought, like, oh my god, is that Jennifer Lawrence?
yeah, because like in many shots, I'm like, that's like Jennifer Lawrence with blonde hair. Like,
I love Jennifer Lawrence. She donated $2 million to Children's Hospital this month, or this week.
She's a good person.
$2 million. That's a lot of money.
highest
Yeah.
paid actress from last year.
Well, she should be.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's in like a lot of great David O. Russell movies.
Oh yeah. Did you see Joy?
No.
Oh, it's so great.
After you told me it's a piece of garbage.
Oh, it is.
Man, better or worse than American Hustle?
This is his worst film. Without a doubt. And that's including the film that he took his name off of.
Oh, the
one that's also smashed
Jake
with, like-
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, the Jake Gyllenhaal one.
Okay.
Bubble Boy?
David O. Russell's Bubble Boy.
Speaking of awesome stuff, we're going to get 3 more Transformers movies in the next
Yeah.
couple of years between
Boo.
now and
Transformers.
2019.
My
Cars turning into
God.
robots. Yeah.
One of them will be a Bumblebee-centric film.
Yeah, Bumblebee. Who can't talk?
How about like it's like Transformers, only there's only one of them, and he can only talk through the radio.
James, does God hate me?
No, he loves you because Transformers movies are fucking fun as hell.
Oh.
Man,
The Mark Wahlberg one is fucking awful.
yeah, the Mark Wahlberg, yeah, the
Can't
Mark
wait for the
Wahlberg
one where
is
Mark
pretty
Wahlberg
nice.
comes back with his kind of maybe Irish, like, like, son-in-law now. Like,
I think the real thing we can't wait for is we can't wait that we can't believe we found a Transformer.
I want the crossover between the bodybuilding movie
Pain and Gain.
Pain and Gain. I want the Pain and Gain characters to show up.
I believe in
And fight.
fitness.
Yeah, exactly.
And
then-
Transformers.
Right. Yeah.
That would be a terrible idea. But
Optimus
no,
Prime's
wait, no.
science.
It could be you know what? It could be a good idea. But it'd be the first R-rated Transformers movie. But
Sure.
at the same time, do get The Rock. We'll have him fight Megatron.
Yes.
Just a fist fight.
Just do like
Oh,
the
yeah.
Just a
Of
fist
course.
fight.
a rock
of course.
bottom one. That's how he wins.
Yeah.
That would be pretty fantastic. Kevin Smith has got a new show coming out, which tentatively is called Geeking Out. It's going to be on AMC. It's going to be like a Tonight Show kind of a show where they just have like clips and interviews and different stuff. And the cool thing about this to me, because honestly, I don't give that many shits
Because
about
when
Kevin Smith anymore.
when he did talked about his pilot for Hollyweed, I just rolled my eyes.
Oh yeah. I really didn't. I everything that Kevin Smith talks about what he's working on, I'm like less interested in. But the are you handing out Thin Mints?
Thin Mint?
Oh hell yeah! All right, hold on, everybody. We got to have a Thin Mint break.
Well, I mean, did you hear that about? I think it was at Sundance this year. It was the film. That's not the film that he made. That got bad reviews at Sundance, but I mean, it's kind of expected at this point. But because it's Sundance. But another film was at Sundance that was a biopic on the making of Clerks.
Yeah.
Oh, shooting clerks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the one thing I find interesting about it is the guy that plays Kevin Smith is older than Kevin Smith is now. Like, he's like 10 years older than Kevin Smith.
Oh wow.
He's 54.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be playing 20-something-year-old Kevin
Yeah,
Smith.
and I'm like, how's that work? Like,
Well, I mean, to be fair, Kevin Smith hasn't aged a day in the last 30 years, so it kind of works.
So those guys, they did what their history is that they did. You guys have listened to Hollywood Babylon, so you guys might have heard this history. But they made Hollywood Babylon, the TV show component, where they had like basically turned Ralph and Kevin into superheroes who had to fight Firebush, aka Lindsay Lohan, and stuff like that.
Okay.
I call that Julianne Moore, but
I know nothing about this.
These guys, like, so they're dedicated to fan films, and they just decided, well, we're gonna make this fan film.
Oh, okay,
Shooting
cool.
Clerks, and they got people like Vinnie Pereira and Walt Flanagan, Kevin Smith all have like little cameos in the movie as different people. But so it actually played at Sundance.
yeah.
I had no idea that it. Oh, wow.
I think it like, I don't know if it like premiered online or, but I know like it was like, it might have premiered in quotation marks at Sundance, so.
Interesting.
As like kind of like a small screening kind of thing. Like no one was really taking it as like that big of a deal, so.
Okay.
So the coolest thing about this news to me, though, is that the show is co-hosted by Greg Grunberg,
yeah.
and I love Greg Grunberg.
Who's Greg Grunberg?
He's the guy who
Grunberg-
dies in J.J. Abrams movies and shows.
Yeah, he's in everything J.J. Abrams does. If you saw the last Star Wars, he plays what's his name, Snap or something like
Was
that.
he the guy that was
he's one
like,
of the
here's what we're
X-Wing-
gonna do? Like that guy?
Maybe he's he's the bearded X-wing pilot.
Okay, yeah.
Heavier guy. He was on Heroes.
He was the guy in Lost
That's
who was,
what
He's the
okay.
pilot. He's the
Yeah,
pilot
yeah,
in
yeah.
Lost, yeah. Or the
Okay.
co-pilot in Lost, yeah. Yeah. So I really love Greg Grunberg.
Yep, he's awesome.
So I want to watch a show with Greg Grunberg on it. So that seems good to me. Aaron Sorkin is writing To Kill a Mockingbird as a stage adaptation
I know,
for
that's
Broadway,
awesome.
which I super want to see.
He's like,
having Aaron Sorkin write Atticus Finch just like
that,
made me,
yeah.
like kept me up at night,
What
just
if-
wanting to see that play.
Yeah, like you know how much you love Atticus Finch? What if he talked a whole lot more?
Exactly.
Right?
in a
Dude,
bunch of hallways.
What if his closing argument in the trial is like another 15 minutes?
What
but
if it
it's-
were like a whole episode of West Wing only with Atticus Finch? Oh my gosh. Oh.
Do you think at one point he's
we
going
go
to
to New
stand up
York?
in the middle of the trial and go, walk with me?
The hallway and the stage play will be like the aisles in between the seats.
I would go see that play.
Man, we need to go to New York.
I'm going.
All right.
I would go to New York to see Aaron
To
Sorkin.
see Aaron Sorkin's
To Kill a Mockingbird.
I would too.
Because he hasn't done like a stage play in a while, I don't think either. So that'd be like a big
sounds
big deal.
fantastic.
And he's the only person I would trust with like To Kill a Mockingbird.
With Harper Lee, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, the very last thing that I've got here is Sylvester Stallone did an interview this week and was like, hey, I don't want to play Rocky anymore. I think that Creed ended Rocky very well, and I think Rocky might be dead. And to that I say amen.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm glad that he's like kind of going out on a high note. Like, he's not, like, cause it would have been very easy just to come back and do more.
I'm going to turn off the Oscars if he doesn't win Best Supporting Actor.
Oh my gosh. Well, I
And
mean,
that's the
I don't
first
watch
award,
the
too,
Oscars
so-
anyway.
So 20
Is it
minutes in
really?
is your favorite
Yeah,
decision.
the Best Supporting Actor is always the first award.
Oh, funny. All right. Well, great. Then I might do that too. Maybe I usually don't watch them. I usually just have IMDb open and refresh it every 15 minutes. But maybe this year I'll turn them on. And then if he wins, I will commit to continuing to watch them.
See,
we
the
got all these
Oscars are
comments.
special to me
But he
because
won't.
when me and my wife got married, we went on our honeymoon to Disney World.
Oh, that's right.
And then at night, on the first day there, we went to the Magic Kingdom. We came back and we watched the Oscars and had dinner. So
Aww.
So that's why the Oscars are special to me and my wife. I'm sure she's working on our anniversary, but whatever.
Sure. When is your anniversary? It's the
23rd?
26th? Okay, 26th? Yeah.
Which
Very
is
cool.
Friday.
3 weeks?
Yeah, it's a Friday.
Very cool. That's awesome.
Out of curiosity, who do you think is going to win Best Supporting Actor?
I don't even remember who the other nominees are, but because Sylvester Stallone's the one who should win, he probably won't. So
Because he's the frontrunner right now.
is he really? Good. He should win.
I've been following it since March of last year. So
Rylance is his only competition. For
I mean, or
Spies.
some people are saying that Hardy is now just because he hasn't really been up for anything else, so it might be the wild card.
That's actually a fair assessment. I wouldn't deny it. Then that's the 3-way split because who else is nominated? It's I can't remember, but anyway,
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale for The Big Short and one
It's
other
not
person.
the person who should be nominated for Big Short.
Yeah.
Like Steve Carell is the best part of that movie.
Oh, thank you.
I think.
I was a big supporter of his for Foxcatcher. So
Yeah,
to,
but yeah.
to have him
just-
get snubbed this year was kind of sad. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the standard too many people in the cast problem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Because I don't even know. Like, if you had to nominate a best actor for that movie, I don't know who it would be.
There is none.
Who is the main actor of that movie?
that was the problem with Spotlight.
Margot Robbie.
Yeah,
Margot Robbie.
I love.
But
Margot
really,
Robbie.
since Jacob Tremblay isn't nominated for Best Supporting Actor,
That's
which
a travesty.
he shouldn't be nominated for Best Supporting Actor. Fuck him. I'm okay with any of them winning. So
Right on.
fuck Jacob Tremblay.
Yeah, some poor 6-year-old boy. Henry's like, "Fuck you, you piece of shit." The kid who gave the coolest thing when he got a picture with Leonardo DiCaprio. It was awesome.
Who is this?
He was in Room. He played the kid in Room.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I haven't seen Room yet.
Room's not very good, so don't worry about it.
Wow.
I like Brie Larson. Is Brie Larson?
Brie Larson's the best part of that movie, and she
okay.
should win Best Actress.
Oh, okay.
But fucking ridiculous. People think he should be nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
I think Rosie Huntington-Whiteley should win Best Actress.
Well, they said Charlize Theron was the 6th spot for Best Actress. So
Splendid's the best. Anyway, that's news.
Nice. Every week we watch movies. This is the stuff we watched this week.
Oh, we got movie side!
This is my boomstick.
I love being a turtle! You're getting your wishes, so sit down!
Great Scott! The line must be drawn here.
Damn you all to hell! And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Now you're getting nasty.
I'm just jumbling up the podcast this week.
That's
Fuck
all right.
it, why not?
Oh, yeah. Who gives
it's
a shit?
fun.
Henry, what'd you watch this week?
I've been watching a lot of weird shit.
Cool.
Been marathoning through.
Wait, what's different than you normally watch?
Oh well, you'll see. Been marathoning through Super Jail, which is fun.
Is that a animated show?
Yep,
that's
it's
on
the one that's the
Netflix?
most disturbing film you'll ever see. So I don't know if it's on Netflix. I know it's on Hulu.
Oh,
That's why
okay.
I've been watching it.
Oh, okay, cool.
It has David Wayne and a couple other people in it. It's the most fucked up show you'll ever see.
Really?
Each episode's only 10 minutes long, but it's pretty much made to be watched on LSD.
Oh,
I don't watch on LSD because I don't really take drugs. But
Right.
it's interesting. I feel like everyone should watch the first episode just because of how fucked up it is.
okay.
Definitely not for everyone, but it's a really interesting show.
It's on Netflix.
I think it's on Hulu. I don't know. It might.
Oh,
It's
Hulu.
Adult Swim, so I don't know.
Okay.
I think it might be on Adult Swim's website, the first episode anyway. But,
Yeah.
Awesome.
I've been watching Man Seeking Woman. That one's pretty fun.
I don't get. Are the promos for the show really what the show's about?
The show's really weird.
when he brings a card on a date or something.
Yeah, I mean, in one episode, he goes to masturbate and his hand breaks up with him.
What?
Yeah, it's his ex-girlfriend leaves him for Adolf Hitler, who's 160 years old. He goes to a club and then ends up going to the girl's place to have sex with her, but accidentally leaves his penis in the bathroom of the club. And has to call the club manager to get his penis out of the toilet.
What?
Yeah, it's a weird show, but
It's called Man Seeking Woman?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's
watching
FX.
it.
It's FXX. It has Jay Bachereau as the main guy in it.
Yeah.
That sounds incredible.
Eric Andre's also in it.
Huh.
It's a really weird show if you're into that kind of surrealist, absurdist kind of humor.
Yeah.
Every episode, it is pretty creative what they do with it. So, it's not my favorite show, but on FXX, but it's really good. So,
That's cool, and I'm gonna let you finish. But I just noticed how cool Ryan's phone cover is.
Oh yeah, you know where I got this? I got this for $4 at Target in their clearance section.
Oh man, it's Finn in a stormtrooper outfit from Star Wars. Oh, all right. Sorry. Go ahead, Henry.
Yeah, that was Man Seeking Woman. Trying to think of what else I watched. Watched Papillon.
Papillon?
Papillon. It's a Steve McQueen.
Oh, right.
Papillon. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be French, so
Yeah.
it's really good. I really liked it. First time I've seen it. It's surprising because like Shawshank Redemption has been like my number one film for like a while.
Yeah.
And then like it kind of went out of like
Wow,
top 10
cliche.
Seriously.
Sorry.
Way to be IMDb.
I was 11. But it's shocking how much like Shawshank Redemption totally steals from Papillon.
Oh, really?
There's so many things where I was like, that scene was in Shawshank when I was watching it. Like, that scene was also in Shawshank when I was watching it.
Funny.
And maybe it's just, there's only so much you can do with a prison movie.
Sure.
But it's like, Papillon was like, it's one of the best prison films I've probably ever seen. So,
Cool.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I've seen that's worth mentioning. I don't know. I'll chime in if I think of something that's worth mentioning. But
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
That's why I always tweet what movies I watch, or I'll forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Zach?
Cool.
What have I watched this week? My ass growing fatter, probably.
Haven't seen that.
The drive-through
You'll
window.
like it. The drive-through scene is hilarious. I have you to blame for this.
What'd I do?
You got me back into Walt Disney, is what you did.
Yeah.
I've been going through Disney's animated oeuvre, and so I started with 101 Dalmatians.
Oh, it's a beautiful movie.
You notice the difference between that and the film they did before it, which I think was Sleeping Beauty.
Mm-hmm.
And that, basically, the history was that they lost a lot of money on the studio lost a lot of money at that
Almost
period.
bankrupted the studio.
So they had to cut back resources, and it allowed them to do a more modernist-looking film. And 101 Dalmatians, artistically, is more modern than any Disney movie made up to that point.
From that era.
Walt Disney hated the look of that film.
Oh, I know they talk about it in the documentary
Yeah.
on that Diamond Edition.
Yep.
This is the other thing I have to preface it. I bought them all on Blu-ray, and they're all
Nice.
Diamond Editions, except for...
Aren't they amazing?
Yeah, except for the last one, which was a signature collection. And they're just incredible access into the Disney archives. Second one I watched was Jungle Book, which I hadn't seen in a long time.
I haven't either.
And Phil Harris, if anybody doesn't know who Phil Harris is, he's the voice of Baloo, but he means something else to me, is that he was one of the co-stars on Jack Benny's radio program from the 30s and 40s. And to hear my version of Phil Harris in my head over the years has been jive talking, drunken band leader who comes in and shoots pool with his bandmates on Jack's show, and that's like part of his shtick.
Mm-hmm.
This is a grounded vocal performance from a wild card of a person through history. And
I think it's one of the most iconic voices ever in a cartoon.
and it's one of the iconic, like when we think Disney, you think Phil Harris to a degree or another because of that, Little John and Aristocrats, his Aristocats character. And the segment with Louis Prima and Baloo doing scat singing together.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize they recorded those separately.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And
It's pretty impressive.
so it was basically Phil Harris responding to what Louis Prima was doing. So it was just fascinating to watch like some of that stuff. And then the third Disney film I watched was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs on the signature Blu-ray collection, which Ryan recommended I pick up if I didn't already own it. And it's incredible access. If you want to know about Walt Disney and where that studio really got started, you need to pick up this Blu-ray. It is absolutely fantastic. Huh. There's a tour of their old Hyperion studios before they moved into their Burbank lot. There's two documentaries on the making of the film. One on the 9 Old Men and the people before the 9 Old Men, which the 9 Old Men were the top animators of the Disney studios, and also into the voice actors, which is not very credited amongst the Snow White in the Seven Dwarfs history. It's kind of takes the backseat to the visual aesthetic. So all the three films hold up so well, especially Jungle Book. Like that last shot in the Jungle Book made me cry again. Like it's because that was the last thing Disney worked on before he went off.
And that's the last thing. He did not like the direction of the Jungle Book. And if you've read Gabler's book, and the thing you should know about Walt Disney is he strove for perfection so hard that he was so hard on his animators, and he was so hard on the people who are doing voice work, so hard on the people that were scoring it. I mean, for Fantasia, he was out of control. But it comes across in the final product, and in the Snow White, that's why I was really disappointed with the Signature series, because when they first announced it, it's like, in his own words, Walt Disney. I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna put commentary for Walt over the whole fucking movie, and I was so excited, and I thought they were gonna do that, because he also recorded all his, when he met with all the animators and stuff. So I was hoping that he would do it, because he also is known for acting out everything.
Yep, and that is the key thing that I was interested in, and I'll have to talk to you more about this off air, because it can go into a farther discussion. But the in his own words is not a jip, but I wish it was longer.
Yeah.
But it is interesting to hear that archive recording.
Yeah, because, back to Jungle Book is, they were working on it. He was really sick at the time. And, but he still went to the studio and he still was working. And he saw it and he's like, guys, this is not working. He said, the most important thing is the heart of the movie. What's the heart? You guys gotta tell me what makes this movie work is the relationship between Mowgli and Baloo. And you have to fix that relationship or this movie is gonna tank. Because originally it was a lot darker.
And a lot closer to the book.
A lot closer to the book.
Yeah.
And he said, it has to end with Mowgli being going to the village and Baloo letting him go. That's how it has to end. And, how to get there is you gotta have fun and still have the danger of Shere Khan and stuff, because if not, you're just gonna lose the movie. And, so his fingerprints are still on that movie, even though he died just before it came out. And it's a wonderful movie, and it's not even really critically acclaimed, but if you ask anybody, much like Robin Hood, children love it. And people who love Disney love those movies.
Yeah.
It's a great testament to Walt Disney. Cause he was a hard worker, but when you read that book, it's called Walt Disney, The Triumph of the American Imagination, and then couple it with all the movies you've watched, you have a new appreciation for the man, the movies he made, and how much he busted his ass to make Mickey Mouse cartoons better than the last one, to make Donald Duck better than the last one. I mean, he worked on Snow White for 3 years, I think it was.
3 years and over past $400,000, which at the time was a lot of money.
And I'll never forget the one chapter in the book that really stuck with me is he went to the premiere of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and he noticed that at one scene where the Prince Charming leans over to kiss Snow White, his hand shakes because it wasn't animated properly. And I guess he got up and flipped out, and he went back to the studio and he trashed all the reels they already produced and made them reanimate that whole scene and recopy all the film.
Jeez.
And it cost him something like $10,000 for him to do that. Wow. But that's how much he cared about that project. Wow. So yeah, some people might say he's hard, but he changed animation and he changed the way movies were made. For the better.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. And believe me,
there's my Disney rant.
This is the beginning of my obsession with it, because I'm not so much loving it, but just obsessing over how much perfection there is within this in the craft of filmmaking. Fantasia is a masterpiece.
Oh yeah. Any animated film that Disney was directly involved in is a fucking masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fight anybody on that.
Yeah.
My favorite is Pinocchio. And because I think Pinocchio is the most well-drawn, most beautiful animated film ever made. Story-wise, it's like an episodic thing where he goes from one adventure to the next.
Yeah.
But again, Walt Disney and Pinocchio, when he got the rights to the book, in the original book, he kills Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
And Walt Disney said, no way. Jiminy Cricket is the star of this movie. And now Jiminy Cricket is a icon in Disney.
Yeah.
I mean, When You Wish Upon a Star is
the opening logo.
That's Disney. Yeah. That is Disney. You watch the fireworks at Disney, When You Wish Upon a Star plays.
Right.
That fucking song is 75 years old. It's 75 years old.
It's an amazing.
I fucking love Pinocchio.
It's weird because my favorite one is the one that one of the ones I watched this week, which was Fun and Fancy Free. It's a package film.
It's a cute movie.
And it's not, because I only watched one other film this week, so sorry guys. So I'll get.
Who cares?
Wrap this up quick.
Yeah. We don't care.
Fun and Fancy Free is an interesting story because I imagine it's if it didn't have Disney directly involved in it, you'd think this is what stoners would come up with Walt Disney Studios.
Well, the thing
because the starting point is Jiminy Cricket floating down a boat and looking at the newspaper going like, gosh, the world sucks today.
Well, the thing is with those is because they lost so much money
During the war, yeah.
So they made these
Package films
where they're very short, but what they got out of them is, I think Mickey and the Beanstalk is one of Mickey's best cartoons.
Oh yeah.
And even when you go to Mr. Toad, I think that with The Legend of Sleepy Hollow is a really great.
Oh, that's an excellent double bill.
Yeah. There's not everyone in those little combined films are the greatest, but I still think they're all technically great.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say why I love Fun and Fancy Free the most is because first segment is Bongo the Bear.
That's a good one.
And Bongo the Bear, cute little love story about a bear and another bear, and although it doesn't have that weird song like what makes when a bear loves a bear he can live in. Give him a slap.
Did you get the Blu-ray of that?
It's on pre-order. I actually ended up renting it off of iTunes.
If you get the Blu-ray, it says it's 2 movies, but there's 3 movies on it.
Oh.
Guess because the Reluctant Dragon's also on it. So it's totally worth. I think that is one of the most expensive Disney Blu-rays, but you actually get 3 movies because the bonus feature is the Reluctant Dragon, which is awesome. A great cartoon as well.
Oh God!
No, I'm so excited because these guys never watch Disney. So
what?
When's the last time you watched a Disney movie? Lawyered.
Inside Out.
Yeah, I'm talking about classic Disney.
Star Wars, motherfucker. What?
Let me. Fun and Fancy Free though. Okay, so after Bongo, basically what happens is Jiminy Cricket opens up a invitation in a child's room, which, like it is so silly. It's like you're invited to a party with Edgar Bergen and Luana Patton, and Luana Patton was the little girl from Song of the South, and
where's the Blu-ray for that?
So Dear to My Heart, and. They go to the house, and it's Edgar Bergen, who was a ventriloquist in the 40s, who was known for having a radio program, which is already funny to begin with. It'd be like if you guys tried to do a ventriloquism act over a podcast.
We are.
It'd be like, how do we know that they're not moving their lips?
This whole podcast is actually just one person. It's Ryan. He's just throwing his voice in 3 different...
And I'm able to talk over... And my other voices I make.
You're very
you're
an amazing credit. Yeah,
the magic of editing.
Credit to your race. Credit to your species.
I'm the Jeff Dunham of podcasting. Oh wait, I never want to be that.
Take it back.
Just less racist.
And then the whole movie or the whole segment is Mickey and the Beanstalk being recreated through the Mickey, Donald, and Goofy characters with commentary by Bergen and McCarthy and Snurd, which almost feels like an early form of MST3K. Like the golden crops suddenly turn to dust. Kerplop.
I always love when Mickey's slicing the bean and it's like so thin you can see through it.
Yeah.
See, animation like that is so brilliant.
And then there's also
we woke up the wee one.
He's all right.
It's the best moment in the film though has to be with they were trying to figure out what the giant might look like, and suddenly the dummy Charlie McCarthy comes up with a pirate hat, his monocle, and a mustache, and goes, "I'm a giant." "No, you're not. You're nothing of the kind." "Well, I'm a small giant. I'm tougher than 40 men. No, 20 men. No, 10 men." The last film I saw this week was I watched The Matrix again.
Oh, that's a good movie.
That film holds up, but did anybody notice that when Neo goes to work, that computer isn't on?
Oh, really?
He's not doing anything at work.
Well, that makes sense.
What is he doing? What does he do?
Whoa, it's Keanu Reeves.
It's actually a sequel to Office Space. So,
that's what I'm thinking, because like there's nothing going on there until the phone clicks open and he goes, "Are you there, Neo?" And like I'm like, what is he doing at that desk? There's no paper on that desk. The computer's not on. What is going on?
Yeah,
it didn't make sense to me. But the visuals still held up. I got the anthology on Blu-ray, so I got.
Cool.
that and the 2 other films.
If you don't
And-
mind me asking, what did it cost you to get the full anthology?
$35.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because my roommate was asking today, like, is there a way to get like all 3 of them in one package that's not like ridiculously expensive? And I'm like, yeah.
I think you can get the stripped down version. I think it's the 4 favorite films from Warner Brothers, where it doesn't have all the special features, but it has all 3 of the original and the Animatrix. And I think it's like $25 at Best Buy.
I think they knocked it down to $17 for just the 3 movies minus the Animatrix.
Yeah, there's like 5 different releases of it.
Does it have The Matrix Revisited, the making of documentary film?
Yes, it does.
Oh, okay, cool. Because that's really good. That's the best Matrix sequel.
You know that packaging that they put out like in the very beginning of Matrix Phenomenon on DVD?
Yeah.
And then they repackaged it for Blu-ray and HD? That's the one I got.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's got that cool little corner thing, or box thing in the middle and whatnot.
Yeah.
So.
I do remember the Matrix DVD was the first DVD where I realized what they could do with DVDs.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Because
Easter eggs
you
and
used to
stuff?
be able to follow like the White Rabbit or whatever the hell was on screen. And
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah.
That was,
remember when the Wachowskis were good?
I used...
And then we got a sex change and it was awful.
I
Those
super
were
played
the
that Blu-ray.
days.
Back when they were brothers.
It's like one of them lost their balls.
The Wachowski brothers and the Wachowski sister.
To be fair, their whole career went downhill way before that happened.
Oh yeah, I'm just making jokes.
It has something to do with a vehicle called the Mach 5 and
No, as soon as they had
You'd
money,
be surprised how many people actually love that film.
Visually, I think it's amazing.
There's a whole subsection of people I went to film school with who still try to convince me that Speed Racer is more amazing than I think it is.
Well, like the argument is that like it's a perfect adaptation of the cartoon.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
But like that, I don't think that also makes it all that good.
Just because you're perfect in your adaptation does not mean
That's
you
like when people are trying to tell me that the new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie is going to be good. I'm like, no, it's going to be shit.
Well, also like I mean, did you guys see the short film that they made of it? Because I was like, you know, it's fine, but like that's not what the Power Rangers are.
Oh yeah, no.
Like-
See, I would disagree that a new Power Rangers movie could be cool as long as it's not the Power Rangers, right? Like the difference here being, yeah, Speed Racer. You could make an awesome Speed Racer movie, but it wouldn't be a good adaptation of Speed Racer.
Yeah.
You know, we can all go remake Birth of a Nation. If it's racist,
They did
it'll
this
be
year.
a great
They
adaptation.
did.
Yeah, they did.
They did
that's
this
right.
year.
Did you?
Like-
No, okay, so they didn't remake it. They just they took back the title, like Randall.
Yeah.
They took it back.
Yeah,
and
and
hey, it looks badass. Like
but
I've
it's a
seen
piece of shit adaptation. I'm just saying, if it's
the new
not
one?
if it's not super racist, it's a bad adaptation.
Oh,
no,
okay.
no,
Great
They
movie.
just reclaimed
It's a-
They just
yeah,
reclaimed the title.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like,
It's not an adaptation of that book, which I will.
I'm not
utter.
like chomping at the bit, going like, oh man, I really want to be. I want a cool Power Rangers movie because it was so cool when I was a kid. Yeah, it was cool when I was a kid,
No, it wasn't.
but it was it was also dog shit. Like in the same way that like what's a food to get like when you're a kid, you don't want to eat avocados because they're weird and green, and you're like, ew, guacamole's weird. But guacamole was good the whole time. You were just a dumb kid. It's like that, but in reverse. Like, Power Rangers were always bad. But did I see that movie in theaters? Hell yes, I did.
That's
Dragged my mother to go see that movie.
2 years ago at Denver Comic Con, Power Rangers had a huge resurgence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, 'cause that's when the short film came
there
out,
was
right?
No, this was before that.
yeah.
Before that,
They're
right?
just still super popular.
Yeah. So when we were on Podcast Peak, there was a podcast next to us who wanted the freaking Power Ranger panel so bad, and they gave it to me. I was like, dude, take it. I have no idea what I'm going to talk to him about.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can have it. I don't care. He's like, what do you want? Nothing.
I want to not do the Power Rangers
Yeah.
panel.
You're already
should've
doing me a
like, you should
favor.
have just like thrown out like $50 just to make
Yeah.
some money. Like,
this would have been.
Tell you what, the first appearance of the Green Goblin is over there. You go ahead and get that for me.
Right.
it's like one of these like with Power Rangers. I think it'd be good if they did it like a 21 Jump Street kind of thing where they make fun of how stupid it is.
That's what they're doing with Baywatch. I'm excited.
Yeah, but like I mean,
do
like
that.
in like the opening to the like original TV show, like one of the lines is "Get me the coolest kids you know," and like
Wait, that's really a line?
yeah, like it's like the big guy and the thing. I don't know if it's like that's the exact line, but something like "Get me kids." Oh no, it's "Get me kids with attitude," something like
Yes.
that.
Yeah, no,
Like,
that's correct.
it's just like the stupidest line.
Sounds about right.
I may or may not have watched 4 or 5 episodes of Power Rangers in the last month. No, I did. I totally did. And it's the exact same show it always was.
Yeah.
And it's, it's a whole new whatever. But like even the like bully, what are their names? There's like a big fat guy and a funny sidekick character who are like the comedic relief or whatever.
I don't know the show.
It's
You
the
stop looking at
same
me.
actor.
Really?
Yes. He's
Wait,
been
really?
Yes, he's been doing the role of Barf or whatever the fuck his name is for 20 years. It's unbelievable.
Guess you make money.
Yeah, well, no, I guess you make enough of a living, but it's not like he's making,
Jason Statham money.
Yeah, he's not good. He's not
Oh, if
good.
Jason Statham was in the Power Rangers TV show, that'd be amazing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd see it then.
I mean, I'm not sure if you count
And
casting.
it's still, the Yellow Ranger is still the Asian one.
In the Black Rangers,
No.
usually
They
it is.
fixed that. Now the Black Ranger is the blue one. But,
Yeah,
Still.
black people, we got your racist stuff figured out.
yeah.
Asians,
But Asians?
take a seat. We're getting to you.
Hollywood's still fucked up, man.
I just had a weird vision of Jason Statham playing the robot who goes, ay, 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 ay.
Oh, that would be great.
Ay, 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 ay.
I ain't picking up that Power Ranger.
But I mean, I don't know if you count I know they usually don't cast casting as news because it gets changed around so much.
Yeah.
But Elizabeth Banks was just cast as the main villain for the Power Rangers movie.
Oh, Rita Repulsa?
Oh, really?
They haven't said it's Rita Repulsa. They said she's going to play the villain. They haven't said who the villain
Dude, it's gotta
is.
be, it's gotta be her.
It has got to be Rita Repulsa because, first of all, that'd be pretty good casting. I
Yeah.
can see that definitely.
Right, because she already played that character in the Hunger Games movies.
Yeah. But it also goes please don't be serious. Please don't be the Hunger Games of
Oh, no, it's going to be. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Cool. Now, James, what'd you watch this week? I'm tired of talking about Power Rangers. It gives me a fucking headache.
I watched a football game.
Me too. Go Broncos.
Yeah, that was really good. That was a fun thing to watch. I've watched now 2 football games this year.
Wow.
What's the next one I get to watch?
The Broncos don't play again until September. So.
This is the worst show. Why do people put up with this? This is horrible.
Watch the Avalanche. They're playing
But yeah, it was
pretty
good. The commercials were not great, but
I don't. Yeah.
that Civil War trailer was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was so hoping Spider-Man would show up when they started doing the teams. You
I
know,
because they added superheroes to that shot.
Yeah. They're Black Panther. Here comes Spider. Oh,
Yeah, the
Spider-Man.
Vision's in there now, and Ant-Man's in there now.
Black Panther.
Yeah. Well, I think Black Panther was in all
but
that
he was
stuff.
part of the. He was part of Team Captain America, Team Iron Man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, from what
Whose
I've
side
heard,
are you on? I love that slogan.
From what I've heard, I don't think they're allowed to have Spider-Man in the ads.
Yeah.
I think it's
really?
part of the contract. They can't.
Yeah,
promote
it's
that
really
he's in it.
weird.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah, they can't show. I don't know when they can show him.
Yeah,
My guess is just before the movie comes out.
probably. I would like it if they just didn't show him at all,
Oh yeah,
and then they
I'll
like
accept
get
it.
surprised,
Here's the thing: is we have to wait 2.5 months.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not a big
Come
deal.
on,
yeah.
we're good.
Yeah.
I'm
I
waiting for my Doctor
also
Strange trailer.
Remember in the trailer though when Tony puts on the sunglasses and he takes a shot in the face with the gun? Oh man, I can't wait for that movie.
I'm so glad you said with a gun. I'm working through Downton Abbey right now, but I'm not done yet.
Are they still drinking tea?
No, they haven't drank tea for. Oh no, I guess there was some tea today.
They discovered coffee.
Yeah, no, there was.
Coffee and biscuits.
There was a little bit of tea. No, Edith's business.
And they
running a
said, and you
magazine.
thought the Americans were rebels.
Yeah, no, it's great. Though Lily James not in season 6 because she gets married at the end of season 5 and left the show.
And did Cinderella and Pride and Prejudice
Oh
and
yeah,
Zombies.
yeah, she was super busy, so she couldn't be in season 6. But I think she's coming back. Her character might be pregnant. Ooh. Anyway,
Z.
it's a great show.
If that's the most climactic moment of that show,
No, it's not.
some character being pregnant, that's kind of
Oh
sad.
no, not at all. There right now there's a really good subplot about the way feminism is changing in England at that time, and women running their own businesses. And
Usually, what I've
it's cool.
heard, someone once told me they watched both, they watched that show and they said it's basically Game of Thrones, but without any dragons in it. So I kind of gave up on that show.
No, not at all. No, it's Game of Thrones. Only there's the characters are fleshed out and the characters are allowed to live long enough that you can give a damn about them.
Are there tits in dragons?
No, there's no tits. I mean,
won't
there's
watch it.
women.
Yeah, I don't want to see.
But they're
Maggie,
all very, very fully
what's her last
clothed.
name? Maggie
Maggie Smith?
Smith's tits. I don't want to see those.
No, I know they're all very
And
clothed.
don't check into the Marigold Hotel.
That's horrible.
That was a good joke, though.
I'm sorry, Mom.
You don't want to visit the lady in the van. That's a little obscure. It came out this
No,
year.
that was good. Anyway, after seeing Zoolander last night, I went home and promptly put in The Incredible Burt Wonderstone because I was like, I need to watch that movie. It's awesome.
Yeah, that
The
movie's
movie's
so
still
funny.
really good, and well written. We'll get into it later, but man, If you want a movie about a really dumb guy in a silly industry who has to find his way and then, maybe learn a lesson, The Incredible Burt Wonderstone is a fantastic film. Anyway, that's what I watched this week. Ryan, how about you?
I saw a few things. I want to talk about. When I was in high school, Adam Sandler was in movies such as Big Daddy and Little Nicky, and I've always been a huge Adam Sandler fan. And this week, he played a live show in Denver.
Oh, very cool.
Wait, really?
Yeah, with David Spade, Norm Macdonald, Tim Meadows, and Rob Schneider was like the MC.
Sounds awesome.
And I mean, they announced it 2 weeks ago, and it literally was like this Thursday. And it's only a 10 city tour or 10 show tour. They did one in Denver, Portland, and Las Vegas and LA are the only places they're doing them. And so, Rob Schneider is whatever. I still don't think he's that funny.
I was going to say, did he say his funny line?
Oh, you can do it, Denver. Yeah, he did it. And,
I thought it was making copies.
No, he was all right. Tim Meadows was great. Norm Macdonald killed it. He was talking, I think he was totally drunk, but he's still funny. And he was talking about, killing yourself. He's like, yeah, and, you want to kill yourself and you go down to the rope shop and the store right next to it is the rickety old stool store. Convenient. He's so weird, but he's really funny.
He's very dry.
But he did this cool thing where at the end, he's like, yeah, I heard you guys won the Super Bowl. And so he said, I went up and down your mall here and he bought a Super Bowl hat. And he had all the guys sign it, and he threw it out, and he also threw out a signed Peyton Manning jersey. He's like, there's a Peyton Manning jersey with comedian signatures on it. And, he left. David Spade was really funny. And then Adam Sandler was awesome. I don't know if you've ever seen him do stand-up, but he is very unusual when he does stand-up. He kind of comes out, and he plays this character where he's like, I'm Adam Sandler, and, I just got into Denver and, I just want people to know I'm a normal guy. And, so he always talks really quiet and slow and he always has these really weird punchlines and then he goes into songs and he's been doing it his whole career. If you watched old Saturday Night Live, one of my favorite bits he ever did was when you're too poor to afford a Halloween costume. And he's like, and then you can be like, roll your newspaper up and use it as a unicorn horn. Look at me. I'm a crazy guy with a unicorn made out of a new magazine. Give me some candy. That's like his stand-up bit where he just does this goofy stuff and sings. And he was really good and really funny. He basically was just talking about his wife and he would always have these goofy little songs about it.
Who's he married to?
This lady named Jackie. She's kind of in all his movies, but she runs his production company, basically.
Oh, okay.
And I got this. There's a story behind this too. I went to buy a ticket and I only bought one. And when I was on Access's website, it said my transaction didn't go through. So I was like, fuck. So I went back. I'm like, there better be another fucking ticket. And I went through and there was one and I got it. And then I went and checked my emails. Well, I got 2 tickets. So I emailed them like, hey, your website crashed and I got 2 tickets. I only need one. They said, oh, we don't give refunds. So I asked my friend Joe, I was like, hey, you want to sit on opposite sides of the arena and go see Adam Sandler? And he said, yeah. But on my side, it was fun because I'm such an Adam Sandler fan. When I was sitting there, I was actually right next to like a stage door. It's a really bad seat. If you saw a play at the Belco and you had this seat, you'd be pissed. Mm-hmm. But I was sitting there and all his like buddies were coming in and out. I'm like, oh, I know Alan Colvert. And I don't know his name, but he's a dude in, the Waterboy with a cross eye. He's like, like, oh, there's that big guy from the Waterboy, but they're all part of his production company.
Huh.
But anyways, the point is, my rambling is he did this new song about Chris Farley that fucking made me cry. That he was talking about how funny he was and how much he misses him. And it was beautiful because at the end, like the end of the song, he talks about, or singing, he said, and if you get really loud, maybe Chris can hear us from upstairs. And the place went fucking nuts. And it was really beautiful. And Adam Sandler even took like a step back. It was really, really nice. So I think it's going to be on Netflix because it was Netflix presents Adam Sandler and Friends. So,
oh, cool.
So maybe you get a chance to see it. It was really good. As far as movies, I watched, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And that movie's a fucking mess. Here's the thing.
I'm so excited.
Here's the thing. Is the movie almost almost as fun.
Yes.
Almost.
Almost.
But it suffers really bad from early 2000 one-liner-itis.
Yep.
Where Sean Connery does not have to be a one-liner guy. Basically, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen the idea is great. It's like a superhero team of literary characters, Connery's Alan Quatermain, he's not even a superhero, he's just a great hunter.
Yeah.
Dorian Gray's in it. Tom Sawyer. I always thought it should be Billy the Kid, but whatever.
Tom Sawyer was added. Tom Sawyer's not in the original.
No, he's not. That Mina Harker, who is a vampire now.
Yeah.
Jonathan Harker's wife from Dracula.
Right.
Anybody? Okay.
The
Invisible Man.
It was my copy of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, I know.
So here's the thing. Is the writing in it is really bad.
Yep.
Because I'll give you some examples. And then there's like some consistency issues. The thing is the movie I think is actually directed very well. I think some of the special effects actually hold up really well.
Some of them do not.
Some of them look awful. Mr. Hyde is not good.
It's so bad.
Because
and then Super Hyde is awful.
Oh yeah, that's bad. But you can see the limitation. I mean, it's from 2003.
Yeah.
And they're trying to do things that they just can't do yet.
Right.
But anyways, the story is they're trying to stop the Phantom from, I don't even know. What is he doing in it?
He's trying to like take over the
Start a-
world or
start a war with-
That's right. He's trying to start a war. He's trying to start World War II.
Yeah, it's so
World War One.
Yeah, it's so World War One. It's so
Yes.
convoluted that I can't make it out. But Sean Connery is on screen and he's almost fun. He's almost there.
Yeah.
But he does have some great one-liners in it, and
he's got that good speech where they're standing on top of the submarine. He's talking to Tom Sawyer about some shit.
Yeah, that's great until it gets all too over sentimental. Or Tom Sawyer, who's not a good actor, said, "So is this what you used to teach your son?" And that's how it ends because he just walks away because he don't want to talk about his son. This is stupid.
That's so true.
But here's my biggest issue with the film. So the guy who plays the Invisible Man, shows up, and the effects in this Invisible Man are not as good as the Invisible Man from 80 years ago. His thing is he.
It's true.
It's true. And so he shows up, and the scene is so bad because it's saying, "Oh, let me introduce you to the Invisible Man. Let me introduce you to Mina Harker," and they all come from like behind a bookshelf.
Yeah, it's basically the last scene from The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So, like, they come in the door and they do jazz hands.
Yeah. Oh, you need Captain Nemo?
Yeah.
And so anyways, the Invisible Man is putting like clown paint on his face or white makeup and like this. So he's putting white makeup on his face. And so at the beginning of the scene, he's, just smearing it on so it just kind of covers a little bit of his face.
And it's a CG shot.
It's a CG shot. But then the next time you see him outside, his face is completely white. I don't know when he did it.
Now it's an actor with white makeup.
Exactly. I don't know when he did it, but for some reason there's like a whole section of this movie cut out. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then they go to meet Dorian Gray, who doesn't want to be in the group, and Tom Sawyer just shows up.
Well, because we've got too much exposition at this point.
And Dorian Gray.
At some point, you just need the characters to arrive and decide,
exactly.
I'm going on an adventure with you.
Here's the thing. They're at Dorian Gray's house.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, in Dorian Gray's library, all the bad guys show up with guns.
Yeah.
And they point them at the heroes. And the Phantom comes out and starts...
To be fair, it's not for some reason. The bad guys are there for a reason.
Eventually they are. But here's the thing, is the scene still doesn't work.
I agree.
So they show up, and the Phantom's just going, "Ooh, you guys are so stupid. This is why I'm smart."
He's played by Cartman.
Yeah, he is. And then Tom Sawyer is dressed up as one of the bad guys, who no one invited him, but for some reason he knows to be at Dorian Gray's house
From America.
And here's the thing. And so they're going, and they say, "We don't have room on the team for anybody else." And Sean Connery says, "We can have one more." And so it's Tom Sawyer. And then the next shot is them leaving Dorian Gray's house, and they're outside. And so then Sean Connery says, we need to go get one more guy. I'm like, what the fuck?
We need more guys.
You just said that you don't have room on the team for one more. So not only did you pick up one more, but now you're going to go get another guy.
Who's the other guy?
Mr. Hyde.
Oh, right.
But the scene's not bad because the scene's actually pretty cool when they're running through London and they're
on the rooftops.
Yeah, and they're shooting to like trap Hyde and capture him.
Yeah.
But then the rest of the movie sucks. It just doesn't hold up well.
Yeah, and the whole driving sequence in Venice is horrible.
But there's potential. There's a part even.
So my argument here is that the potential of how cool the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen could be makes it better than Spawn.
It is better than Spawn.
Alrighty.
Because at least, even though it has botched or sewn together scenes,
yes,
it's not like Spawn where it's like, oh no, Violator's driving a septic truck. It's full of shit. What? Fuck you, Todd McFarlane. And I mean, there's even a great scene where, spoilers, Quartermain gets stabbed in the back, and he's dying, and he's telling Tom Sawyer, he says, take your time, because the Phantom's running away, and he has to, and he, on the top of the submarine, he missed from 500 yards.
Yeah.
And he wasn't listening to Quartermain. He's like, take your time. And then, it gets quiet and he shoots the Phantom. And then you look back and Quartermain's already dead. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. His last word was he's parting on this kid that, the wisdom he wanted to part on his son who died. And, oh, it's so great. And then they have this stupid thing where he's coming back to life at the end. I don't know. It's fucking stupid.
That's part of the actual legend of Alan Quartermain is like this whole thing that after
I know.
let him
It's
die.
Still stupid.
Yeah. No, I agree. Well, they wanted a franchise, man.
But
I also think that it's the reveal is not cool, but who the villain actually is in the end, I think that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, except, there's a part 2 where Quartermain's chasing him, and he randomly goes into a cemetery, and the Phantom's there, and what the fuck is he doing in the cemetery?
Dude, the Phantom's just there. Yeah, it's just this is where the Phantom goes, man.
I know what happened to your son. Okay.
He died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the reminder.
Why did I put this bullet in your head?
I think that the house in Africa blowing up is cool.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's a big house and it blows up.
The wrong Quartermain.
Yeah, that movie's not good.
No,
if you want to hold on to it for a while,
no,
you
I'm
can.
good. The special features are actually pretty good on it. I'll give you, I
was going
to watch it one more time and listen to the commentary, but I couldn't. I also watched Dope.
Oh yeah,
Dope was a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm glad you because I was worried that you might not like it.
No, it's fun. It's about these kids. It takes place now, but they're stuck in the 90s. They love 90s hip hop, and they get caught up in this drug deal, and they have to find a way to get rid of the drugs and stuff. And I like it because the kids in it are smart.
Yeah.
Because it's not the stereotypical
stupid high school kids trying to solve a problem.
Yeah, and and I like that it's against that. The main character is African American, and he doesn't want to be part of the gangs. He doesn't want to be part of violence, and he wants to get by being smart. Even when he goes and sees his teacher, and I forget what his essay is.
It was like
something like why Ice Cube.
It was the philosophy of the good day. Of Ice Cube's The Good Day.
Yeah, the philosophy of the good day by Ice Cube, and he said this isn't going to get you to Harvard, and he says, well. Why would I write something everybody else already writes? It's a really cool movie. Huh. The performances are really good in it.
Yeah. The main kid was just cast as the lead in an upcoming Netflix original TV show.
Yeah, and he'll be good. He's really good in it. So I was stoked because I wanted to see it for the longest time, and I think you can get it on Netflix now for free.
Yeah.
But it was on Amazon last week for $6.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it, I'll get it. And when it's Amazon Prime, it shows free shipping, so I paid $6 for it, and it's totally worth it. And they're in a punk band, so they're really against typecasting. They don't know how to party. It's a really funny movie.
Cool.
It's really well done.
Yeah, it's interesting with all of the songs they do. I was really because there was one song that they were really campaigning to be nominated for the Oscars Best Original Song, which was the song at the very end.
Yeah,
and but it's interesting because I didn't know. I looked it up afterwards. All of the songs were written by Pharrell Williams.
Yeah,
which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, and I only knew that because I read about it. When it was really being hyped, was it in the? I think it was independent circuits last year.
It premiered at Sundance, and then it kind of got a wide release around the same time as
because I remember reading an article where instead of Forrest Whitaker gets an uncredited role as the narrator.
Yeah.
But they were talking about how they should focus more on the kids because they're really pushing out that, it's produced by Forrest Whitaker. Pharrell Williams is, the music guy. And they said, well, the kids in it are really good.
The three main kids are like really great.
Yeah, they're great. And I love the scene where they're running away from the drug dealers.
Yeah.
And they're tracking him on this phone. And they think they found him on this bus, and the kids just stuck the phone in like the bus window. Yeah. So they got away. It's pretty fun.
It's very much, it's almost like an adventure film.
It is.
And it's also like, I don't know, there's a lot I really like about it. The main girl who plays like the lesbian in it, she's gonna be one of the main characters in Neighbors 2.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, it's a really fun movie, and I had a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah,
you can't go wrong.
The only complaint that I've heard some people have is the ending is a bit too heavy-handed. I didn't think so. I thought like the ending I liked a lot.
Yeah, I can see it go either way.
Yeah,
I mean, it didn't bother me at all.
It didn't like pull me out or anything like that.
No, not at all.
But yeah. I would definitely check it out. So, especially like if you like 90s hip hop or like.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very, very accurate of like today's high school people. I would say.
Yeah, I mean, there's that one scene where the kids want to beat him up for his shoes and stuff. And it's sad because these kids go to this certain school and, I liked it.
Yeah.
Cool. I also watched, The Gift. Joel Edgerton's The Gift. And it was really good.
Yeah. It's really fun.
Because it takes you back to like 90s thrillers.
Yeah.
Where you're going, oh man, this guy is crazy. Or is he crazy?
Yeah.
And Bateman in it is amazing.
It's great.
A lot of people say it's like Bateman's like best performance he's had in years, if not ever.
Because he's so against type in this movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it's certainly his best dramatic role.
Yeah.
The scene where he's meets him after his trivia thing, where he's going to go there to apologize, and he's taking shots, and he can't think of much of a loser. He is doing the trivia thing, and he goes back, and he's at his like mini. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, he's back at his minivan. Joel Edgerton's character, and he's saying, "I'm here to fucking apologize to you," and he's only doing it because his wife makes him. And right then is where you start to learn how much of an asshole Jason Bateman's character is.
You actually get to watch him turn in that scene.
I forgot how good that scene is, like, until like, you said it.
And he, like, pushes him down and, like, kicks all his shit over.
Yeah.
He's like, if you come back to me, I'll fucking kill you. And he's, like, pushing his head into the ground.
It's like the most realistic bullying scene I've ever seen, right? Like, because every time you see that in, like, a high school movie, you just... roll your eyes so hard.
But
here's a scene where they do it so well.
And it just goes so dark because, through the whole, I think that's about 3/4 of the way into the movie.
Yeah.
Through the whole movie, you're like, oh man, Joel Edgerton's character is crazy.
Yeah.
What's wrong with him?
He killed his fish.
Yeah. And then you realize that maybe he's not the problem in this movie.
Yeah.
And it's, I can't wait to listen to the commentary by him. But there is an extended, ending to it, which he has an introduction before. It's about 3 minutes, and he talks about they finished the movie fast and they actually had extra money. So he had an idea that he was going to go back and shoot everything from, I forget his character's name in it. What was it?
Joel.
That's his real name.
No, it's, cause they,
Gordo.
Weirdo
yes.
Gordo. Yeah, so Gordo. And he said, so he went back and he shot things from his point of view. And he said, then I sat back and I watched the movie, and I realized that if I gave you too much into the mind of Gordo, it actually lessens the impact of the ending.
Oh, yeah.
Because he shows what he did with the dog. It shows what happened to him after that confrontation in the parking lot. And you're like, oh, man, it kind of does because...
And also, like, it's the way, like, because, like, the ending is very, like, up left to, like, you to think about.
Yeah.
And I think if you see, like, what he did, like, that kind of ruins it. So
because in the alternate ending, it does show what he does or doesn't do with his wife.
Yeah.
And so, because it shows that, kind of takes away the impact of it.
Yeah.
Even though I could kind of see where it was going, the way it was played, because
the fact that you have a feeling that's what, but you're not positive either.
Because you're like, there's no way they would do that ending.
Yeah.
There's no way that they would have, I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
But there's no way they would do that. And he even has a little phone call with Bateman, and he says, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. And he says, is it better not to know, or is it better to... Oh, I'm like, fuck, that's so...
And it really drives that point home, like, how
because what happened to him.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, you should see The Gift. It's freaking brilliant if you haven't seen it already.
Is it on Blu-ray?
It is.
Oh, yeah.
That's
a cool movie.
If it's not on Netflix yet, I think it's scheduled to come on either this month or next month.
I have it. You can borrow it.
Oh, yeah. Sweet.
That's cool.
I rewatched Zoolander because it's on Blu-ray.
Oh.
That movie's goofy as shit.
Yep.
I will say, I love almost every film Ben Stiller's directed. So.
Oh yeah, and it's it's a good film. it's silly, and I do like when Ben Stiller is really stupid.
Yeah.
Because I think that's when his characters are the best, whether it's from Tropic Thunder, Tug, or Zoolander. And it just, there's stupid lines saying, we look really good, and isn't that kind of helping people? I guess you're right. It's just stupid shit like that. I can't even remember what him and Owen Wilson verbal barbs they throw at each other before their walk-off, but it's brilliant.
I still love the line, how the children going to learn to read if they can't fit inside the building?
Yeah. It needs to be at least 3 times. He's right. And the last thing I watched is a horror film I've never seen before. I've seen parts of it because it's so iconic, is the 1925 Phantom of the Opera. Because last week at Tradesmart, all their new Blu-rays were 25% off. So I was like, man, I'm going to go get Phantom of the Opera. And
is this the Kino one?
The Kino.
Yeah.
It's really good. Because they used the original poster on it. And I love like the posters from the 20s to the 40s. And anyway, Lon Chaney plays the Phantom, and you can see why the villain, who is in the movie for 10 minutes, roughly.
Give or take,
is top billing, because in silent film, for it to be good and for me to be able to watch it now, there has to be moments in it that the actor elevates the performance, where the lead female and the guy who plays Raoul are whatever, but he commands the screen, even when he's just a shadow, and the way he moves his hands in the shadows is like, dude, this is freaking brilliant. This guy knows how to move his body. And I actually watched it in 24 frames per second, so it's only like 70 minutes long, because the original was 20 frames, and I think 20 frames, it's like an hour and like 40 minutes. By speeding it up 4 frames per second, it cut out like 40 minutes of the movie. 20 minutes of the movie. But it's really brilliant. And for it to still be kind of scary, because what's great about it is because I've watched, I think, 5 Phantom of the Operas in the last couple months. It's the first Phantom that I've watched where I was actually kind of scared of the Phantom, because the way he just does things. It's not, because it's 1925, so it's not going to be super violent. It's just the presence he has. It creates, the whole film has this uneasiness about it because the Phantom's around. And he sends letters to him saying, you better put, what's his girl's name? Christine. He's like, you better put Christine on, or I'm gonna kill people. Mm-hmm. And I mean, they do a great effect of cutting the chandelier down and killing a bunch of people. And then when one of the stagehands gets too close, he hangs them. And so the image is just a shadow of a guy hanging, and it's swinging back and forth. And so the 2 police guys say, oh, we need to go get the Phantom, but you need to walk with one of your hands up so he can't wrap a noose around your neck and strangle you. And so they're, trying to find him, and he has all these traps underneath the opera. And there's even that great scene where he sees that he feels they have visitors, and he takes like a reed and uses it to go underwater so he can sneak up and make that guy drown. Ooh, It's just really well done. But I actually think his best performance is, they do this death masquerade ball, and he shows up in all red as, and it looks brilliant, for a film from 1925. But anyways, Christine and Raoul go up on the roof because he says, if you see Raoul again, I'm going to kill you and I'm going to kill him. And so she says, we need to hide in secret. So they go up there, and there's this awesome scene of him like hanging from the top of the opera with the cape flowing in red. And he's like heartbroken because she just betrayed his trust. And him betraying her trust is actually his downfall at the end too, because she says, let them live and I'll do whatever you want. And he takes her away, and he ends up getting thrown into the Seine River. But
that, and that moment is my favorite. It's the moment where he is cornered by the entire mob, and he reaches as if though he's grabbing for something. Yeah. And then he just unveils his hand, and there's nothing, and he just starts laughing up into the air. And I'm like, Chaney.
Yeah, it's a brilliant.
Brilliant.
And it's I think the movie's actually kind of scary.
Oh yeah.
Not in a traditional sense, but just the uneasiness you have throughout the film.
His reveal is still creepy. Even knowing that image, you watch that film long enough in the beginning, you're like, okay. Holy shit.
Yeah. Because it's so well done, because, of course, 1925, the camera isn't moving very much. It's very static.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But they do this great shot of, he's playing the organ, and Christine is slowly reaching to him, and then he like turns and looks back, and then she pulls her hand back, because before then he says, "Don't betray my trust. Don't pull off my mask." And then so the next scene is her pulling his mask off. And if you get the 1945 Phantom, it has a great documentary that's about an hour and 20 minutes long, covering all the Phantoms up until that point. And they talk about how Chaney, he designed all his own makeup. So he would super glue those bone structures on his cheeks. Mm-hmm. So every day he'd have to peel them off and it'd like rip his skin off. Then he'd stick toothpicks in his nose for it to go, so it'd turn like a skeleton. And he wore that for 6 to 8 hours a day. And they said when he was doing it, he would cry because it would hurt him so bad. But he knew that reveal would be, incredible. And to this day, I think it's still one of the most effective horror reveals ever. And I mean, I've seen that scene, I don't know how many times, but it's still great. But seeing the movie in a whole is really great. And if it's, a silent film, it has to be able to hold your attention. And that movie really does.
That opera house is still. It's still in use to this day.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
The last time they used it was for the Muppets, the Jason Segel Muppets.
Yep. So definitely, I would recommend. And the Kino version is really good. They re-recorded all the orchestra, so it sounds really good.
Cool.
So next there's a commentary by a film historian on it that I'll probably listen to. So I'm excited.
Any of you guys watch like Coney Bang Bang or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the Phantom of the Opera bit they have?
With Andrew Lloyd Webber?
No, it was like, it was on the show. They had Thomas Lennon playing, and they had like a great bit on like...
Oh, really?
It was like he has the mask on like the other side of his face, and he has like the scarred face like kind of out. and they ask him, well, why did he do that? He goes, well, I already fucked up this side of my face. I'm trying to protect the other one for pictures and stuff.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I think I've seen that. Yeah, it's funny. After you talked about Phantom last week, I drove home listening to the London Cast soundtrack the whole way home because
it's great. So yeah,
I would really love a good film version of Phantom of the Opera.
Let's see. I think I own 5 Phantoms because I own the 25, 45, the Robert Englund 89, where it's a slasher movie.
Yeah.
And I have 4. So the Joel Schumacher one.
Do you have the Schumacher one?
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I watched it a long time ago. My wife loved it.
It's not that it's bad. It's just that it's not good enough.
Yeah, that's what it looks great.
The easiest thing I can draw attention to is like if you go watch his version of Masquerade, like imagine all the amazing things you could do in a film with a big Joel Schumacher budget for that song, and it's like it's not even choreographed well. It's just not that impressive, and yeah.
Oh no, it's interesting.
People have complained a lot about the singing in that one, but I don't care because you need good actors, and so even if it's like, oh yeah, it's Gerard Butler as the Phantom, and he's not as good of a singer, I don't care because I need somebody who can act because it's an actual movie. It's not the actual play where I don't need to be able to see their face.
But I think after I've seen all these movies, I think the Phantom of the Opera is a lot like Dracula, where you can always retell that story.
Oh yeah,
because it's all about heartbreak and love. It's love lost.
Oh.
So yeah, it's been a lot of fun watching the Phantom of the Opera and seeing so many different interpretations of it. And I didn't think it mattered, but the 45 doesn't have the Masquerade in it. But that scene is so great that it really should have been in it. So, but they both stand on their own. I think they're both good films.
It was like that thing that people forget that like the classic monsters movies, like they were like horror second, and they wanted to have like some kind of story and like first.
My favorite still is The Invisible Man because I think Claude Rains is amazing. Because I think he kills over 200 people in that movie.
Yep.
Because he kills a train full of people in it.
He's an insane psychopath in that film. Like,
it's awesome.
What was the root? What was the name of the root called? The poison root. And he's just like,
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's been a while, but Invisible Man, and maybe I like Wolfman a lot too.
Wolfman's good too. Well, Lon Chaney Jr. is great in that.
Yeah, he is.
It's my problem with a lot of modern horror films that a lot of modern horror films have horror for sake of horror and without purpose for it either. So
yeah.
Well, we'll see. Tom Cruise is going to be Van Helsing, so.
So excited. And Johnny Depp's going to be the Invisible Man.
See, I think that's awesome. I think if the connected universe is Tom Cruise, Van Helsing hunting all these monsters, I think it's pretty awesome.
That sounds like
that would actually be awesome.
Because I read that the only reason he did it because it's a multi-picture deal.
Yeah.
So the first one is him fighting the mummy. And then the second one's The Invisible Man is with Johnny Depp. And then the third one is The Wolf Man. And then I think the fourth is Dracula Creature. So I think if they do that, I think it's awesome.
That's gonna be really fun.
I don't care if they call it Van Helsing / The Mummy,
Yeah.
or The Mummy versus Van Helsing. I just want to see someone hunt monsters.
Yeah, well,
'Cause
yeah.
To me, that sounds awesome.
And I want that
Who
someone to
better
be
than
Tom Cruise. Yeah.
I know. Because what if he grabs
Well,
like the
Brendan
mummy's?
Fraser would be good too.
So what if he grabbed the mummy's bandage and just ran with it and like ran down a hall and the mummy unwound and that's how he beat him?
Oh, he'd unwind so fast because Tom Cruise can run so well.
I know.
He's such a good runner.
Hey,
Benji, it's almost out.
So I just wanted to mention I had this epiphany because I was thinking about getting James Bond Spectre, but I was torn when I went to Best Buy.
Because it was Spectre?
Yeah, well, first it was Spectre, but the Steelbook is like the bullet shot that forms the octopus, and it looks really sharp on Steelbook.
Yeah.
But then the standard is really badass.
Yeah.
So I didn't get either. I literally left Best Buy because I couldn't decide which one I wanted to get.
It's like I don't actually want to watch this movie, but the cases are so good, I can't decide which one.
But I did pick up the Skyfall and the Casino Royale one because they're amazing.
the Steelbooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I was thinking, because, Craig probably is not going to do another Bond. What if they still kept the name James Bond, but Emily Blunt was James Bond?
What the? I mean, I think it'd be cool if they did like
Right?
Jane Bond or something like that.
No, just keep it James Bond.
James Bond. All right.
I think you keep it James Bond and it's Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
See, that's my idea. MGM, Sony, call me.
Down.
I'll be a producer on this film. I think that'd be a great idea.
I think Heinz's would.
I'll only take 2%.
I think
of
we're
the
gonna
gross.
need like a black Bond before we get to female Bond.
Yeah.
No,
but-
fuck off. No.
Okay.
Just
Well,
just
fine.
Emily.
Okay.
Because I don't give a shit about any of that. I just want Emily Blunt as James Bond.
That's fine.
I'm gonna cover the
I'm like-
safe quadrant and Larry David as James Bond.
An old Jewish guy.
Pretty evil.
Why are you shooting at me? This doesn't make sense anymore.
John Krasinski is Moneypenny.
Bond your enthusiasm.
And speaking of movies, what comes out on Blu-ray?
You've got the HD TV, but you're not watching movies in HD unless you're watching on.
Steve Jobs is the big one that I've got pre-ordered for this week.
I cannot wait.
Oh man, fix it, Steve. I want you to fix it.
What about that scene where they're arguing and there's thunder and lightning? Oh, man.
It's the best scene of the year.
Speaking of silent film, the Criterion's putting out The Kid with Charlie Chaplin this week.
That's one I can always watch.
Ooh.
That movie's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Right?
I haven't seen that in years.
It's been a while for me as well.
And it's a Criterion. So it's going to be $40.
So it might be worth it.
And
yeah.
my wallet's gone.
Criterion usually does do pretty good releases. I
Oh,
think.
hey,
yeah.
is this week too The Mutilator? Tell me The Mutilator is this week.
The 33 is this week, which is that movie
Son of
about the
a bitch.
miners.
I think it's Mutilator.
It's got some people in it.
Antonio Banderas.
Trumbo.
Yeah.
One of you really like Trumbo?
I like Trumbo.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I didn't get a chance
It
to
was
see
fine.
Trumbo.
I put it at number 9. It's
That's
good.
right. Yeah.
Bryan
I think
Cranston,
you'll
nominated
enjoy
for
it.
Academy Award.
Yeah.
Yep. I think
Yeah, I think he deserve it. I mean, like he's definitely in the upper of like performances.
I think what's amazing about his performance is that he manages to do it with the theatricality it deserved.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to underplay it.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
did overplay it, but it works for that
Yeah.
person. So I mean, I just you've seen interviews with Trumbo before. You know he's very colorful character.
Yeah. My problem with the movie was not his performance. So
Fair enough.
Alfred Hitchcock's I Confess, which is a 1953 film that's getting a Blu-ray release this week.
That a Warner Brothers?
Archive?
Shoot, I just clicked. It's
It's okay. I'll find out.
yeah,
later.
No. I can reopen it. Yeah, it's Warner Brothers.
Okay.
I confess I don't care.
Oh.
I'll see myself out.
Have you ever seen Rebecca?
I don't think so. It's really great.
Go watch Rebecca. It has the best villain.
I haven't seen a lot of Hitchcock films, so I've always meant to get caught up on, but
Rebecca is the best villain.
If
in
you
film.
watch his films before like 1960, they're all really great.
yeah.
yeah,
I think Birds is 62, right?
yeah,
Birds is 62.
Birds is not great.
Birds is all right.
Psycho is the peak.
That's 60.
You'll like Rebecca. I think
Yeah,
you'll
Rebecca's
really like
a
Rebecca.
brilliant
yeah.
film. The Blu-ray cover art's awful, but same with my Notorious. I'm like, for such a great film, it has the worst freaking
MGM doesn't care.
sucks.
Which is why they went out of business.
The Challenge, which is a movie starring Scott Glenn and Toshiro Mifune.
Toshiro Mifune?
My favorite.
This is a movie where there's this shirtless guy with a bowl haircut. And he's got
Mifune.
he's got a giant katana raised over his head, and
That's Toshiro Mifune.
That's him
That's
in the
Toshiro
background. Yeah, and then he's got. There's this building, and there's light emanating from all over the building, and there's like some dudes running around,
Also
and then
that's Toshiro
he's
Mifune.
there, and now he's got a machine gun,
Which is also
and there's
that's
this,
Toshiro Mifune.
there's this attractive woman next to him.
Also Toshiro Mifune.
She's got a bow, like a bow and arrow, and then there's a samurai.
Also Toshiro Mifune.
But he's a white samurai with a beard. Anyway,
I don't see the problem with that.
that's some kind of movie called The Challenge. You can get that. The Mutilator.
Yes, I'm going to Tradesmart. I'm going to buy the Kid and the Mutilator at the same time.
All right, I really love. So this is an Arrow release. I really love the tagline on this. Do you know what the tagline to this movie is? It's okay. I'll tell you.
It's pretty funny.
By sword,
Yep.
by pick, by axe, bye.
See, I'm really hoping because this is a lot like Blood Rage, where this is supposed to come out. I don't know, 3 months ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
Oh, yeah, because we've talked about this cover
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
So it's a guy holding up what looks like a giant fish hook thing, like a thing you would like hang a giant fish from, right? So he's got that, and then along the wall behind him are some attractive young people whose collars are nailed to the wall. And the reason I remember this is that the closest person, the person you of course see the most of, is the lady in the pink bikini. I don't know what part of her, considering she's wearing a bikini, I don't know what part of her is nailed to the wall. Oh no! Now I see. There's a rope under her arms. So
but she's the only one not dead too.
Oh, you're right.
I love
Yes.
it. I love the name, The Mutilator, and I love the cover.
Yeah, and
It's probably a piece of shit horror film, but
The
who cares?
underline of the Mutilator is dripping with blood. Ooh.
If it's anywhere near as shitty but great as Blood Rage, then I'm totally down.
It looks like it's right along the lines
I
of
can't
Blood Rage.
wait.
If only Toshiro Mifune was in it.
We've got a DVD release this week of Kevin Costner's No Way Out, which I've never seen. Has anybody ever seen
Yeah.
No Way Out?
I don't think
It's
so.
good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's like a 80s thriller.
Cool.
I mean, it's no The Firm, but it's good.
Awesome. Season 2 of Peaky Blinders is getting a Blu-ray release this week from BBC. Curse of the Faceless Man. This is a very old-looking movie. It's actually only from 1958, but the cover is just this is horrible. Anyway, Curse of the Faceless Man. Girls Season 4. That's a bad show. And Labyrinth of Lies, which I don't know what that is, but it's some guy. It looks like he's in
a labyrinth of lies.
in some kind of library of pants. Does he sell pants?
He's a
Or
pants
socks?
salesman?
I think he's a pants salesman.
All right.
Or something. Or is that no, I think it's pants. I think he just sells pants.
Do these have the double stitch? No. This is the labyrinth of lies.
Anyway, that is what is coming out on Blu-ray this week.
Very cool. Just because we're in the Now show, quick update. They say Deadpool might make $150 million.
Yeah.
So, awesome. This week, you guys, who saw Zoolander?
I saw
I
Zoolander.
did.
I did not see Zoolander.
Okay.
Okay.
James, you take it away.
All right. Henry. Should people see Zoolander? 2? Zoolander? Zoolander Part 2? Zoolander the sequel?
Zero Lantern NO.2.
Yes.
That's how they're promoting it. I will say I liked it more than I thought I was, but no, you probably don't need to see it. I would catch it in like a $5 bin.
Yeah, I would say almost the exact same thing. Like, I went into it and was like, oh man, like, I was hearing really bad things that the first one's funny.
Yeah.
But I laughed quite a bit. But I would say about 50% of the jokes actually landed. The other,
Yeah.
the thing going for this movie is that they intersperse the good jokes among the bad jokes well enough that you don't have enough time to get bored.
It's not like one half it's bad, one half it's good.
No,
It's
no.
pretty alternate. So.
Yes, it's like, there is one sequence that we'll talk about that, that's just long and bad, but it's not quite long enough to make you just write off the film as a whole.
Yeah.
So I can't recommend that people, go see Zoolander 2.
But if it's on, like, HBO or, like, you see it in, like, a $5 bin or whatever, I would probably pick it up.
Yeah,
so.
it's inoffensive.
Yeah.
If it's Saturday afternoon and you don't have Zoolander 1, you can watch Zoolander 2.
I miss the days of when comedies were made for the sole purpose to make you laugh.
Right.
And because nowadays all comedies are like, they make you laugh, but there's also like some kind of underlying message to them as well. Which I just want to laugh. I don't want to have to like think about sexism or whatever. Just make me laugh. Like,
what's funny is
I
I'm
miss
gonna
Ace
have
Ventura too.
I'm gonna have the exact opposite argument once we play the trailer.
oh, here we go. Here we go.
So here's the trailer for Zoolander 2.
He was once the world's most famous male model. Even his looks were household names. Le Tigre, Magnum, and of course, Blue Steel. But that was a long, long, long time ago.
Old LeMay? We were a joke out there. I guess fashion's changed.
Meet the biggest supermodel in the whole world is all.
Are you like a male model or a female model? All is all.
I think he's asking, do you have a hot dog or a bun?
Oops.
Derek Zoolander, I'm with Interpol. I need your help.
She's hot. I trust her.
Someone's trying to kill the world's most beautiful people.
Oh, fudge! Peace out, world.
All of them died with your signature look. This is Blue Steel, right? We need you to infiltrate the world of high fashion.
We're back!
Yeah!
Are you sure Zoolander is the right man to help us?
Hey, handsome!
Ah! What the hell is your problem?
God help us all. You were a Milesing.
I'm sorry, I can't understand a word that you're saying.
Derek, toss me the knife. You got it!
There's only one criminal mastermind who could be behind all this.
Prison changed me! I am bad to the core now! Talk! Where's my goddamn latte? Ah!
But how am I supposed to stop Mugatu?
I'm the Mama Pajamba! I'm the Mama Pajamba!
You're Derek Zoolander. He stopped a Chinese throwing star with a look. Flash me that beautiful Magnum.
Wait,
Magnum, now! Oh! You have this! Oh! Yeah! Tequila! Oh!
maybe we could try a washcloth.
So, me not liking this movie is why I went home and watched Burt Wonderstone.
Yeah.
Because Burt Wonderstone, like, that's a well-written movie. Like, you know, in Zoolander 2, when they need to have, like, a cool character show up and, like, maybe save the day at the end and teach our character something, it's Sting, because, I don't know, because Sting. In Burt Wonderstone, it's fucking Alan Arkin, because Alan Arkin is amazing, and it's a well-written character.
I do really like the moment where Owen Wilson's character in the confession is like they're like super bonding with Sting.
Oh yeah, like it's really obvious that it's his dad, and then the warning, light spoilers for Zoolander 2.
It's not like Deadpool though, where like the jokes, like if you spoil them, would kind of like they wouldn't land as hard.
No, because again, half of the jokes aren't going to land. Period.
Yeah.
So the thing that I really didn't like, like the one point where I was like, oh, okay, guys, this joke wasn't funny when you started, and you've now done it for 5 minutes. Is when he goes to meet Mugatu in the jail, and then Mugatu is like, reverse psychology convinces him to let him out. I was like, no. Like, this was so on the nose and stupid to begin with, and then it just keeps going, and you're like, it's like a Michael Myers, or a Mike Myers version of that joke, where you just beat it to death until it gets funny, but it never gets funny.
Well, there was one point where that was really funny, and that was the reveal of like the horrible mask he made.
Oh yeah, no,
I thought that part was funny.
That was good. Well, but that's not the part where he.
That's not the part.
Right, yeah, like Mugatu's escape plan, and then when he walks out and he's like, he pulls off his. There
are moments that like that same formula, like in Zoolander 1, like the whole like, yes, we do need to make it 2 times the size, like like they've done it better than that, and so
and I mean, I think what I feel like is all the jokes where Zoolander is supposed to be really stupid.
Yeah.
Most of those jokes are not actually
they kind of
good
like
jokes.
Either overplay it Or it's been done so many times now that it is not.
And there's so many callbacks to like, hey, remember when that joke about the tiny little building and the model and the Center for Kids Who Don't Read Good?
I think like because that ended up becoming like a meme online, which is why they kind of shoehorned that in like throughout the entire film.
Yeah, because to start the movie with like, oh, we built that and then it burned down and killed my wife
in 2 days.
Yeah, and then I became a hermit crab. Like that right there is exactly it.
Yeah.
The joke about, hey, it burned down and killed my wife, that's not funny. But the joke about him thinking he's a hermit crab is hilarious.
Yeah. I love the part where they say like they made the entire like building out of the same exact materials as the
out
small
of rubber
model.
cement
Like,
and craft sticks. Yeah. Right.
there are funny jokes to the film.
Oh, absolutely. I laughed. Basically, everything Kristen Wiig does in the movie is amazing.
I mean, that was like my biggest problem with it, is that she is so underused in it.
Oh, yeah.
That like...
And when I first saw her, I was like, who the fuck is that? I know that face.
Yeah.
And it took a little while to be like, oh, shit.
Just the fact that like you can't understand like half the things she says.
Oh, yeah. It's really well done. So, like, her performance there is great.
Did you see her on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon dressed up as Peyton Manning?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I haven't seen that yet. I know like she does that a lot, like where she plays someone else.
Yeah.
And it's always funny when
because she doesn't know anything about football.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty funny.
But like her commercial for like, have you ever seen a young, beautiful woman and just wanted to kill her? We took that feeling and bottled it.
Yeah. I think like my biggest complaint with it is that like there were almost all of the scenes with his son, I think were complete misses. Like, I mean, maybe that's just me, but like, I think the guy who played his son was not very good.
No, he's not.
And a lot like.
I think some of the jokes about his son are funny.
Yeah, and I was like after they meet his son and they're like discussing if him being fat makes him a bad person.
Yes.
Like, and they're like, well, we know that it doesn't make him a good person. Like, that was like my favorite part of the entire film.
Right.
But, like,
yeah, he's not great. The whole end is pretty bad.
I did like the last
everything
quarter of it was pretty.
Yeah, like the whole last fourth where as soon as there's a plot and somebody has to save the day, it's pretty awful.
I think Will Ferrell's like a great comic actor.
Yeah,
but he's probably like once. Well, I mean, I like him a lot.
Yeah,
he can be.
Yeah, don't talk to James.
Okay. But it's because like after his character kind of comes into the film, I think is when it really starts going downhill.
Yes.
Which is a shame.
Even though when he shows up, it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, not the scene I described earlier, but like when he pulls off even though it's in the trailer, but when he pulls off his like prison outfit, and he's like the Rock underneath, but with Will Ferrell's face.
Yeah.
Oh, and Fred Armisen. Holy
I was really tripping
shit.
into like because he was really good in like the 5 minutes he was in.
It was so disturbing.
Yeah, but I was really hoping like he'd be like at least in one more scene. Like,
oh yeah, because I don't know what the purpose of that was. Like, you just spent a shit ton of money on CGI.
Yeah,
to
and
Fred
also
Armisen
just hiring Fred Armisen. Like,
yeah, and I would assume to have an 11-year-old running around on set all the time.
Yeah,
with his face painted green. I don't know why that was there, but it was fantastic.
Yeah.
But the best part of the movie for me was the guy. I don't know who it is. He looks like Jamie Kennedy, but he's playing the like Chet Hayes character, who's the new king of fashion.
Who
just hates everything and it's all fantastic.
It's Kyle Mooney.
Oh, okay.
He's my favorite person on SNL currently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, the hardest I laughed was every scene he was in the movie. Like when he first shows up and introduces himself to Zoolander and Hansel.
Like, wow, you suck. You're so inspirational.
Oh, you're so lame. I love you.
Like,
that sequence was pretty great.
I did like the part when Will Ferrell, like, I mean, I guess spoilers.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell kills him. Like,
yes.
He's like, I just murdered a fucking hipster. The entire theater like broke out at that point.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh boy. I mean, we're saying pretty much all the good parts of the film.
Yeah.
I still think you should not have to go see this in theaters.
Don't go see this movie. There's a whole sequence with a lava pit later. And like bad single shots.
The very last joke of the lava pit I thought was good though, where they're like lava pit party, and they jump in to celebrate. Like,
but everything else that happens in that lava pit,
that seems probably
even
the worst.
like when Will Ferrell has them drop the silks down,
and
he, like,
the
Cirque du
reveal
Soleil's
of who
up
Kristen
them.
Wiig is, like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You just took one of the most fun characters in the movie and turned it into Mia Jovovich.
Oh, okay. I guess we're going to spoil that.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, that's the most atrocious thing you could have done in that movie.
Yeah, that was like the most, like, I was like, come on, don't do that.
Yeah. Because Justin Theroux's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why? Like, by all means, keep Mia Jovovich out of it and bring Justin Theroux around.
So then we figured out that it was a wig. Like, when they find them, it was a wig.
It was a wig? Yeah. That was pretty great.
Oh, God.
It's not a good movie.
It's not a good movie. Don't see it, but I'm laughing
Yeah.
at everything.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think because we're trying to say every good joke that we
we're trying to think of all the good parts of the film.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a lot of parts that weren't great. I laughed a lot harder at Deadpool.
Yeah, I'll say that too, yeah.
Oh, man. Anyway. I think that's Zoolander too.
Yeah.
Ryan?
We also saw Deadpool. Zach, should people go see Deadpool?
Should people go see Deadpool? Yeah, I think you should go see it. I was not as impressed by the film as I thought I was going to be, but it was still a lot of fun. It was still a lot of fun. In terms of the humor and Ryan Reynolds, yeah, go check it out. It's fun.
James, should people see Deadpool?
I mean, yes. It is a rated R movie. So be aware this is not your normal Marvel movie. I saw it with Randy. He literally at one point said, "Is this a Marvel movie?" But yeah, it was fantastic. I really loved it. I think the second half is weaker than the first half, but like for somebody who really hates Deadpool, or not hates, but just is relatively indifferent, this movie's really fun, and I had a really good time with it, and I laughed a lot. And unlike Zoolander 2, I think pretty much every joke in this movie landed for me.
Yeah.
So,
Henry?
I would say yes, but with caution. I think, like, if you're not a big fan of the X-Men movies and don't really keep up with, like, the news about it, you probably wouldn't understand a lot of the jokes.
Oh, fair.
And I think, like, it might not work as well for, like, those kinds of people. So I think you should see it just for, I think it's a fun film, but be aware it might not be what you think it is going in, so.
Yeah, I thought the movie was pretty fun. I think you should go see it. It's really interesting seeing the evolution of the Deadpool character, because when he first came out, he was a supervillain, and I'm not sure exactly when. I couldn't even tell you what writer. I don't want to say Joe Kelly just because I love him so much. I don't know what writer decided to make him an anti-hero and more of I break the fourth wall, because even though Rob Liefeld and Fabian something else, I forget his last name, take credit for creating the character, they really didn't create that version of Deadpool.
Yeah.
They created his look and him being a mercenary. But the other writers contribute too. So what Henry is saying is, if you don't know this about Deadpool, then some of the jokes aren't going to land at all.
Very
I mean,
true.
I thought the opening, we'll play the trailer.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, I wanna shoot.
Kind of lonesome back here.
Little help here.
Oh. Excuse me. Woo! Dopinder.
Pool. Dead.
Why the fancy red suit, Mr. Poole?
Oh, that's because it's Christmas Day, Dopinder. And I'm after someone on my naughty list. You're probably thinking, this was a superhero movie, but that guy in the suit just turned that other guy into a fucking kebab. Surprise. This is a different kind of superhero story. To tell it right, we gotta take you back before I squeeze this ass into spandex.
Mr. Wilson, you've recently been diagnosed with terminal cancer.
We can fight this.
What if I told you we can cure you and give you abilities most men only dream of?
I'd say that you sound like an infomercial, but not a good one, like Slap Chop, more shake weighty. If I never see you again, know that I love you.
When I'm finished, your mutated cells will heal anything. But you still think we're making you a superhero. We're making you a super slave. Oh, come on.
You gonna leave me all alone here with Jose Canseco? Whatever they did to me made me totally indestructible and completely unfuckable.
You look like the inside of other people's assholes.
I didn't ask to be super, and I'm no hero. But when you find out your worst enemy is after your best girl, the time has come to be a fucking superhero.
Right up Main Street.
Cue the music.
X gon' give it to you. Gonna wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you.
We can't allow this, Deadpool.
I don't have time for your X-Men bullshit, Colossus.
Besides, nobody's getting hurt.
That guy was up there before we got here.
Knock, knock, open up.
I've played a lot of roles. Damsel in distress ain't one of them.
You gonna rock.
Time to make the chimmy fucking chongas.
Don't let it go.
Have you seen this man? I never say this, but don't swallow. Shit. Did I leave the stove on?
X gon' give it to you.
Yeah, you're way too much dude for me. That's why I brought him.
I mean, that's why I brought her?
Oh, no, finish your tweet.
That's fine. Just give us a second.
Go get her, Tiger.
Oh, I so pity the dude who pressures her into prom sex.
X gon' give it to you.
That opening sequence is awesome.
The opening the opening credits are great.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of Deadpool, to know that the character basically breaks the fourth wall constantly.
Yeah.
He will, he'll just start talking he'll look in, like he's looking at you in the comic panels and say, hey, this is what's happening. This is what happened last issue. Man, I really want some chimichangas. And they did a really funny thing at the beginning of the film where it's, directed by some guy.
Directed by an overpaid tool.
Yeah.
Literally, that's what it says.
Then it has, starring, some dude.
God's perfect
handsome
guy.
God's perfect
A CGI
idiot.
character.
A hot chick, a
hot
CGI
chick,
character.
a British
an angry
villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, so I would add, it's not just, it pays homage or makes jokes about a lot of these Marvel movies. It's also a lot of just pop culture references and stuff like that, if you're not into that, you're going to miss a lot of
It's
those
one of
jokes.
those that worries me that I feel like in 10 years this film will not hold up.
Yeah. I felt like this. Henry hit it on the nose for me as to why I wasn't impressed, because I love the fact that I was able to get into this because it was an X-Men movie, and ultimately they did connect it to Xavier's school. However, I was just kind of like, oh gosh, this is going to be like either nobody's going to care, which I think was my audience, where they just didn't care, or they're going to care a lot, which was the other half of my audience.
Yeah.
So I was split down the middle between people who didn't know what was going on and people who loved what was going on.
I would actually argue that I think that's what works for the film.
Yeah.
Is because it drops you right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, I like that it didn't explain itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's saying, okay, cool, yeah, he's going to talk to you and he's going to break the fourth wall. He's going to throw gum and it's going to stick on the camera and he's going to scrape it off. It's not going to make any sense. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I respect filmmaking that way.
Yeah.
Because you're either in, like with Deadpool, you're either in on the joke or you're not.
Right.
Yeah.
You're either going to get it or it's going to be stupid
It's going
to
to
you.
bounce right off you.
I mean, it's funny things like, he gets shot up the ass.
Yeah.
It's just goofy things and chances they take,
Right.
Well,
I think a lot of the one-liners there also work, or at least they did for me, right?
Yeah.
Like even the stuff that's not super, I mean, I don't want to say super immature-ish, but like, okay, yes, you've got jokes where he gets shot in the ass. You also get jokes like, when he and his girlfriend are laying in bed and they're talking and he makes a reference and he said something about it being a Star Wars joke and she says, Empire. He goes, did I make you in a computer?
Yeah.
Like, well, and it's stuff like that I think those jokes land really
I think
well.
even, one of the best landing jokes when he was, crying because he had cancer and she asked him what's wrong. He's like, oh, I had a nightmare that I kidnapped one of Liam Neeson's kids. And he just goes on.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
I mean, three of those films. Well, at some point, he's just a bad parent.
Yeah. And there's even, I laughed really hard at the part where, there's a part where he gets handcuffed by Colossus.
Yeah.
And he chops off his hand.
Yeah.
And then he goes home to the old blind lady and he holds up like his baby hand on her face and it just looks so weird. But for some reason I laughed so hard at that joke.
Well, the fact that there is a character who is a blind woman in this movie who spends the whole movie building IKEA furniture,
and arguing with Wade about
I told you we were going with the credenza.
Yeah, what's the better one? And,
yeah.
And how he just talks to her is really funny. And this movie is actually, the character is 100% suited for Ryan Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
It has that kind of, I mean, he plays really, because Deadpool, he doesn't have this origin where he cares about people.
Right.
But, in the movie where he has this origin where he cares about this hooker and they're trying to make my life is worse than your life, I think it's a really cute scene.
I will say, like, the chemistry between Ryan Reynolds and
Marina Baccarin.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
how to
how
pronounce
she
her name.
pronounces
So.
it. Yeah.
And so, like,
Marina
I think they have
Baccarin.
really good chemistry.
Yeah.
And I think that really works in this movie.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's even, like, funny lines with
She's good.
TJ
Yeah.
Miller, where,
Yeah.
you know, they have that huge montage where he's grabbing all the guns, he's gonna go fight him. And, he says,
I don't wanna go.
Yeah, Wade, I'd go with you, but I don't want to go.
And Wade's just like, okay.
Turns to the blind lady right after and just goes, "Want to get fucked up?"
And it's, like, probably, like, my biggest problem with it is that, like, I don't know. And it's probably because I'm a huge TJ Miller fan, but I feel like he was kind of underused in the film.
Sure.
Like, he wasn't in it as much as I really wanted him to be.
Well, I don't, but I would make the argument too, I don't think he needs to be.
That's true. I can see that too.
Because
so.
he's just the facilitator. You know,
Right.
he's there to be the friend.
Yeah.
to progress the plot.
I mean, Weasel really isn't in the Deadpool comics. Like, he usually comes up, like, every once in a while, but he's really not that big of a character. So.
Yeah, but he has he does a good job. The great lines.
Yeah.
I mean, his delivery is so great when he says, "But I'm sorry, man, but you are haunting."
You should star in your own horror movies. Here was my only problem with the film, which is why I was saying I wasn't impressed with it. At some point, for me, and this is just for me, because I can't say this is for everybody, Deadpool became a meme on the internet for me.
Oh, totally.
Oh, 100%
I could
did, yeah.
not, and I do not know the comic on Deadpool. I don't. Like, I am Deadpool ignorant.
They're not that good.
Yeah,
So,
they actually are not, like...
So, I'm not sure. All I know is that Deadpool became an internet sensation to me.
Mm-hmm.
This film felt like a lot of fast food that I enjoyed. I don't know if I want to go in for seconds just yet.
Exactly.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
So,
I feel the same way.
but one of the
Too bad, though, because they greenlit the sequel.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, before it even
One of
came
the
out.
great things
The
about
tag
it,
scene was great.
one of the
yeah.
things I loved about it was the interactions between him and Colossus. I
Yeah.
thought were
Oh, yeah.
absolutely fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that playing off of each other, playing off of the good guy
Yeah.
superhero montage. Like even the spoiler, the speech that Colossus tries to give at the end right before he shoots him in the head.
And then he just starts throwing up.
He starts puking. He goes, "Oh, why? I got it. 4 or 5 moments. That's all it takes."
Yeah, but you know that's too where if I had to nitpick the movie, the inconsistencies. If that was a real, if Colossus was really there, there's no way he'd let Deadpool go because he's killing people.
Yeah.
And you know, there's no way Colossus. But I mean, there's what's great about it too.
I
is-
also don't love that version of Colossus, but yeah.
what Colossus version's great. Like
The Astonishing X-Men version.
that's true.
Yeah.
But there's no Kitty Pryde, so it doesn't matter.
Right. I'm just saying I can't see that Colossus being in love with Kitty Pryde, so it doesn't
Gotcha.
work for me.
But there's a really funny scene when he goes to ask Colossus and teenage Negatron. What's her name?
Teenage Megasonic Warhead.
Yeah. Can we change names? And he said, "Yeah, I guess you're the only two here because we couldn't afford any more actors in the movie." Yeah, there's just really throwaway lines like that. The tag scene where he dresses up like Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I got immediately, and I don't think people in my audience got it until he stuck his out and went chicka chicka.
No, it's because it was that shot.
Yeah,
Like,
and the robe.
you and I immediately see that shot and go, "Oh, it's Ferris." I think he even whispered that. "Oh, it's Ferris Bueller." And then like the whole and it wasn't until the end, and then the audience laughed. I was like, "Really,
Yeah.
man." The best film of 1986.
I know. I was shocked that was your best film, by the way. Favorite film. Yeah, I think the movie worked really well. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
My favorite moment is when he got away. It's near the beginning when Francis gets away, and he just goes,
Oh yeah.
"Oh!"
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds pulls that off really
He
well.
gives this great performance.
Yeah.
Like
Where he spells Francis' name with dead bodies. That's
And the dude's arm is the eye.
yeah.
his, you know what? He would have been great in a Mel Brooks movie at some point.
Oh, yeah.
That's how much this reminded me of. Like, this is the closest we'll get to a Mel Brooks superhero movie.
It's that same kind
And
of
it was
very
really
tongue-in-cheek,
cool for that.
self-aware, like,
Yeah.
yeah. It's what any spoof of it's what superhero movie would love to be on its best day, is like actually an intelligent, funny commentary on superhero movies while also just being a fun entry into them.
And I'd also say they do a really good job with the soundtrack when Deadpool gets stabbed in the head and he just hears, "Just call me Angel of the Morning."
And it gets weird and twisted as he pulls the blade out.
Yeah.
I love that they played Wham at the end. That killed me.
On his phone.
Yeah.
I also liked all just you see like pictures of actual Hugh Jackman throughout the entire
Oh,
film.
yeah.
It has like stapled to his face at the end.
He's got some smooth balls down under right there.
Yeah, the amount of stuff that they were able to pull off, and how many times he makes fun of the Deadpool he played last time.
Oh yeah, the action figure.
The action figure. Like
Maybe we should just shut your mouth shut.
Yeah, exactly.
They made fun of the Green Lantern. It's good.
Yeah.
Man. It's also like one of those things that like, I kind of almost don't want them to make a sequel. Like, I feel like the character, because I think like, even in like the comics of Deadpool, his best moments are the one he's interacting with other famous characters.
Yeah.
I feel like after the untimely death of Stan Lee, I think in a perfect world, he would replace the Stan Lee kind of cameo, where Deadpool just pops in for 2 minutes every like Marvel film.
Sure. Yeah.
Speaking
of, I don't want to talk about Stan Lee dying, so.
Well, yeah, it's, like I said,
so
like,
let's
it's
move
the
on.
worst case scenario,
But yeah, no, I can see
Stanley
that.
had a great cameo in it.
That was
Stanley's cameo, man.
That might have been my favorite Stan Lee cameo.
Well,
you can't buy love, but you can rent it for 3.5 minutes.
To this day, because I'm biased, my favorite Stan Lee cameo is Spider-Man 2, where he walks up to Toby when he's in Times Square.
Yeah.
And he says, "You know what? I guess one person can make a difference." I'm like, he can.
That's the best serious one.
Yeah, that's the best serious one.
This is like an evolution of him in Iron Man 2, where he's playing Hugh Hefner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love, too, every time you read when Stan Lee talks about he has a cameo in a movie, he always says, "And this is the best one." He's the greatest salesman ever.
Yeah, man. The action's good in this movie,
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I will say, like, because I mean, like, for a film like this, like, it would have been very easy for like the action sequences to be very hard to follow.
Yeah.
Like the car chase and everything like that.
Yeah.
It was all very easy to follow for the most part. Like I was able to like figure out what was happening for pretty much everything.
Who is this guy? Who's Tim Miller?
Tim Miller, he is a music video director and
His
a
first actual
video
feature,
game
so-
director,
cool.
I believe. He's like in his 50s.
Yeah.
But he's always been in the industry, but never got a big break, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you still make a bunch of videos and stuff, I guess you're all right. But
Yeah.
You're making a living.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, he'll get another job for sure.
Oh, yeah, no, he did a good job.
I think if they're going to do a sequel, they should bring him back.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Because he understands the tone big time.
Yeah.
Right. Because that seems like the hardest part here is figuring out how do you balance, like, the comedy and those action sequences.
Oh, yeah.
And it feels pretty fluid.
Yeah.
For as chaotic as it is, to tell the story out of order like that.
Too, I love the cab driver.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yes.
the second time you see him, where he goes, "I would never say that. Do it. Kill him." And then that dude ends up getting killed because he gets rear-ended.
Yes. Does he die or does he just get loose? Because I thought you heard him like screaming.
But I think that,
It
like,
looks
is
pretty
also-
gnarly.
You hear him scream, but then you see like the actual rear end.
Yeah.
And so
Oh,
it could
okay.
have been that he like died
and,
in the
you
he
know,
screamed before dying.
Both times, Deadpool left his guns in his cab.
Well, did you hear like the reason why that was?
No.
Apparently, like super last minute, they were told you have to cut $10 million from the budget.
Oh.
So they had planned a scene where he brings all the guns with him, and they're like, just have him forget the guns again. And so that's how they
nice.
cut that
That's
money.
funny.
So
Oh, that's pretty good.
yeah,
That's pretty good.
Well, the
I
next
like it.
one will not have a budget cut because this
No.
one's already like doubled its money on its first weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, do we want to talk about like the fact that they're promising Cable like for the next one?
Yeah, that's
because they've been threatening bringing Cable to the X-Men universe for a
that
while.
scares me
I don't know
because
anything about Cable. Is
Cable's
Cable
stupid.
dumb? Okay.
Cable is the son of Cyclops and Jean Grey from the future.
Okay, that sounds stupid.
And he's a
It's like-
hunter.
Yeah,
bounty
it's
hunter.
essentially like he comes back to the future. Like he's primarily known as like the leader of the X-Force.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Which-
yeah. This is the guy he's got like a robot arm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he has like
Yeah.
a star on
He's
his eye.
he's like 10 feet tall, and it's like
Sure.
I mean the problem with Cable is that like he's like the Venom of the X-Men universe.
Yeah.
He's played up to be this huge deal, but he's really not that interesting of a character. Like,
Oh, you mean he's like Deadpool?
yeah, and it's only a big deal because Deadpool and Cable are in the comics together all the time.
Oh, okay.
And it just I don't know. They've been threatening doing it for a while.
They basically are arch enemies. So.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So he can fight Cable.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All
Well,
right,
like,
great.
I mean,
No,
it's like there are enemies, but like often in the comics, they're always ending up teaming up for some
Yeah.
reason or another.
So it's
one
like
of
Spider-Man
those.
and Venom.
Yeah, it's one of those situations. So, I mean, I don't know.
I'm really excited for. I haven't picked up my comics this week, but Spider-Man Deadpool 2 came out.
Yeah.
And it's Spider-Man and Deadpool versus Green Goblin. So I'm kind of excited. And Miles Morales makes an appearance.
There you
Written by Joe Kelly.
Swoon.
I guess I think, and I will say that this complaint that I have of the movie might not be valid in any shape or form because I've not read a Deadpool comic in a long time. But there was like a 2-year span that I was reading it like month to month. And one thing I remember about Deadpool is that there was always like, and you could like correct me if I'm wrong, but there was like, there's like a second Deadpool always. That's the voice in his head that's talking. That's like the voice of reason essentially. That's always with him as well.
Yeah, I can tell you how many Deadpool comics I've read when he shows up in Spider-Man.
Okay. Because, I mean, like, there's always, like, I remember, like, he would be, like, the yellow text, and then his voice would be the white text.
Yeah, because, like I said, I don't know when he changed. I couldn't tell you when he changed. I don't know. I know Gail Simone wrote him, and I don't know if she's the one who changed his character, but he originally started as a villain.
Yeah.
And
he was essentially, like, 100% a ripoff of Deathstroke.
Yeah, that's what he was. Yeah, because Slade Wilson is Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Wade Wilson is Deadpool. And, yeah, he was just a ripoff of that. Rob Liefeld not being creative? Man, weird. It's so funny. I've been just picking up these random Spider-Man comics I don't have, and a lot of them are from the Clone Saga.
Yeah.
And so around that time they did Heroes Reborn by Rob Liefeld and Jim Lee. So in one of my Spider-Mans I have, it has an interview with Jim Lee, and he's talking about the Fantastic Four and how great of characters they are, and has Jim Lee's art. I'm like, oh, they look pretty good. You know, Jim Lee did a good job. He honored like the classic style, and he kind of made him Jim Lee drawings. And then next was Rob Liefeld as the Avengers and Captain America. And there's a fold out poster, and literally every character's feet are not shown. And Captain America's chest is 5 times bigger than it needs to be.
Yeah.
And
so it thinks he's like an upside down like pyramid.
And what is the lady in it? I forget who the woman character is, but her waist is probably as big as like a quarter.
Yeah.
And they all have guns that are as big as them.
Yeah.
And I don't know why Captain America has a gun.
Yeah.
But he has one.
Captain America has guns. Captain America uses guns.
Yeah, but he uses cool pistols.
Yes,
from
that's
like
true.
World War II.
Yes, that's true. He doesn't use like an M4.
Yeah.
Right. No.
Is Rob Liefeld the one who drew Captain America as tall as a streetlight?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should. You know what's a fun thing to do is I forget the name of the website, but just go to Google and type in Rob Liefeld worst drawings ever, and they have like 3 parts. It's like the worst 40 worst, next 40 worst, and then the 40 after that.
Yeah.
And it's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just look up the image where they took Captain America from the movies and then sized him up to look like he was in proportion to Rob Liefeld art. It's ridiculous looking.
Yeah,
it's almost like
it's funny because at the Alamo they had a couple of like little scenes with Rob Liefeld before this. One of which was Rob Liefeld at a show drawing Deadpool, and Randy and I are sitting there like making fun of Rob Liefeld the whole time. And I'm sitting next to a friend of mine from work, and he's like, "Well, that's better than I could do." Because the truth is, it was actually a really good drawing of Deadpool. It was only his head and his shoulders, and his head was in proportion to his body.
Yeah.
His head was also almost spherical, and he kind of looked like a Ninja Turtle, but still. And then later there was this clip where Stan Lee, Todd McFarlane, and Rob Liefeld, and Stan Lee's like, "Hey guys, so with the next 20 minutes, I'm going to give you the name of a character, and you guys are going to make him up and draw him and talk about who he is and make him up while we're sitting here for 20 minutes." And so he gives him the name Overkill, and Todd McFarlane and Rob Liefeld are drawing him, and Rob's like drawing the body and all these spikes and all this shit, and there's literally the shot where there are no feet on the character, and Todd McFarlane reaches over and draws in the feet on the character, and you know it's Todd and not Rob Liefeld, because Rob Liefeld, he doesn't draw feet, he just brings the legs to a point.
Look at this one, Captain America. Like, what the fuck is that arm from?
Which one is it?
Look at that. It's Progressive Boink is the website that does it. Like, what's that arm doing there? Like, by Steve Rogers' leg.
Oh, wait, do you mean the thing between his legs?
Yeah.
I think that's his shoe.
No, there's an arm there. Bottom right corner.
Oh, yeah.
What's that arm to?
Isn't that his arm?
No.
Oh, that arm.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's this invisible woman with the face. See, there's this face.
Yeah, but where's she coming from?
I don't know.
Red Skull?
No, Red Skull's behind him. I think. I don't know. There's no feet, so I have no idea.
And he always draws people either have their mouth like grinding their teeth, or they're just closed mouth. There's no in between.
And there's so many little divots in his neck.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Also, he's lost all his fingers.
Yes,
See,
it's weird.
see his left hand?
Yeah.
All of his fingers are gone. they got eaten off in a disposal.
That's Rob Liefeld.
Yep. Yeah.
And you know
Rob
what?
Liefeld's real
He was
bad.
paid $8 million to do that.
Holy shit.
Wow.
They said that was one of the reasons Marvel went bankrupt.
Was Rob Liefeld?
Yeah, because they gave him and Jim Lee like $8 million each.
Holy
in the 90s, and their books tanked.
Yeah.
But yeah, like what I was saying was that like it seems like goes back to like your point of him becoming a meme.
Mhm.
I'm not sure like if this film, since I have not read a Deadpool comic in a long time,
Right.
if this film is what the internet thinks Deadpool is or what Deadpool actually is.
And
This film is better than anything that I've ever seen of Deadpool.
This is my problem with it. Like, because of what you said, in 10 years, this is gonna feel as if we've dated all these references.
Yeah.
It's like if I drew
some of the studio references will hold up no matter what.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's not a deterrent. Go see this movie. It is
Yeah,
really funny.
you should
And-
see it because like it's not outdated yet, so you should definitely go see it.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. It's not. What was it? I saw a Haunted House 2 recently.
Yeah,
and that's
already outdated.
That's already outdated. But Deadpool might hold up for like a good maybe.
Wait, you actually saw a haunted house?
Yes, I did.
Hmm.
I saw both 1 and 2.
Wow.
And
did you see 50 Shades of Black?
I haven't.
Because that's
I
also
haven't-
already outdated, and
I
it's been
haven't
2
yet.
weeks
I
since it
actually
came
do
out.
want to see it. Believe it or not, I do want to see that because that trailer kind of tickled me the right way. Where I'm just like, okay, I'll see them make fun of this.
I'm convinced they're never going to make a sequel to 50 Shades of Grey. I know that they're saying they're going to, but I feel like it's just going to be one of those things that's like, since no one wants to do it, it's never going to happen.
I think they're just
That'd be
flaunting.
okay.
I think they're just flaunting it around as news just to keep
it, like, yeah.
together in the press. But the one thing that does impress me about Deadpool is like, as much as I was not impressed by the movie, there was one thing that did impress me, which was that the crowd that I went to was getting such obscure references.
Yeah.
That I almost wondered if I was out of touch.
Yeah.
And I, because I know I'm out of touch with most things in life, but there was stuff in there that I was laughing at that I heard big rapturous applause for, which I was like, "Oh, damn, man!" Like, either everybody's caught up to me or I'm way behind. Like, because like it just.
You're no longer the cool comic hipster you thought you were.
I was never the cool comic hipster I thought I was. I've never laid claim to knowing too much about comic books, but the filmmaking aspect, though, that cinematography was actually pretty damn good for a comedy.
Yeah.
Like, it just looked like it had a nice consistency to it that I totally dug, and the action was very well choreographed. Overall, like I said, like, I don't want to say it's... Yep. I don't want to say it's...
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah,
sorry.
What a ambiguous leave.
Sorry, I didn't interrupt.
Oh, you're fine.
No,
See you,
you're
buddy.
good.
Thanks for stopping
You're
by. Be safe.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so anyway, I didn't mean to ramble on. That's why I
No,
thought
it's good.
That's why I thought of Deadpool. It just...
See Deadpool.
Yeah, go see Deadpool.
What do we see next week? Oh, The Witch.
The Witch.
The Witch.
That's
I'm kind of terrified of that
That's
movie.
been endorsed by the Satanic Temple of New York.
Oh, that doesn't make me want to see it more.
That actually, the only remember the William Shatner movie? It's the only film to be promoted by the Aleister Crowley Temple for Devotion.
No, I don't.
I need to find this. Oh gosh, you're gonna love you'll love the hell out of it. It's like it's the only film to be approved by the Church of Satan. That's what it is.
Huh.
Nice.
Yeah, so
What movies do they disapprove of? Schindler's List?
Risen.
Oddly enough, they are not fans of MacGruber.
I would feel like, because the Church of Satan is all about like doing whatever you want and whatever makes your body feel good. So shouldn't they all like all movies? Because all movies make your body feel good.
You know what? I for some reason MacGruber is just not on their list.
All right. I mean, I understand that. But
MacGruber's great. What are you talking about?
Well, no, MacGruber is
I've
great.
actually never seen
the
it.
Church of Satan is crazy for not liking it.
Yeah. They're one of
Here's a
those.
picture where Rob Liefeld just didn't draw another leg on this person.
That one you showed me a
people could
second
see
ago
that.
was amazing. Holy shit.
Look where the sword is, and look
Oh,
where her
yeah.
legs just disappear.
Yeah, well, it's because her legs turn into one leg.
No.
It's because she's so thin and attractive that her legs are so beautiful that they just become one leg at the bottom.
Yep.
Yeah, he's horrible. That one you showed me earlier with the Viking dude, where his like fist is like the size of his mouth and his leg is the size of his torso. Holy shit, he's so bad.
Yep.
Anyway.
And he's rich.
Yep. Cool.
Oh,
Until next week, we'll see. What's up?
By the way, if this comes out in time on Thursday, come to the Bug and see the movie Earbuds.
Cool.
Premiering at for their Valentine's Day special.
I've already seen it though.
You don't have to. You don't have to go, but your listeners might want to.
Valentine's Day is tomorrow.
No, they're doing a post Valentine's Day theme show where it's all relationship based.
Awesome.
So they, which makes me wonder why that film
I was
got in.
It's such a happy relationship.
I
movie.
finally made my love story, guys. It just wasn't the one I thought I'd make.
Yeah.
Have you thought about my challenge? Are you going to make a happy movie?
Yes, I am. I'm trying to work on that, and I was going to tell you about that, but I don't want to talk about it on air.
Sure. Okay, cool. Until next week when we see The Witch.
The Witch.
Which takes place in New England.
New England.
New England.
Maybe the witch wants some chowder.
It's chowder.
Say it. Maybe at the end of The Witch, Peyton Manning's going to show up and beat her up because it's New England.
Sweet.
Is that a football joke?
Yeah.
That's my first football joke.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was it any good?
Yeah, very good.
Oh, thanks. Don't patronize me.
Watch more football.
Bitch.
Go Broncos.
Bye.
Bye.
Visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com. You can tweet us at real_nerds. You can email us even, realnerds@gmail.com. Like us on Facebook. Hey, stream us on Stitcher. You want to call us? 720-6nerds5. And download us on iTunes. Just search Real Nerds. Thank you, Joe Kempter, for the wonderful voiceover. And also Spark Mandrill for the wonderful late-night jazz smooth sounds of movies. You can find them on SoundCloud. This has been a Nebulous Visions production.